It's Penn Hills Indians football 1995. This is the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Jay Clarkson, the Penn Hills Shopping Center, along with the head coach of the Penn Hills Indians, Neil Gordon. I'm Bill Navari. And Neil, 2 weeks of the season under the belt. You're 2-0. Your thoughts after 2 weeks?
Well, obviously, I'm very pleased with the way we've played. Probably the most pleasing factor of it all is the fact that we have not turned the ball over in 2 games. We haven't even turned the ball over in practice, so we've been pretty well focused on the turnover ratio, and if you don't turn the ball over this early in the season, you're going to win games.
You're probably the only team in the WPIAL that has gone turnover less through 2 games. That alone has to scare you, but I think what must scare you more is Friday night's opponent, the Seneca Valley Raiders.
Seneca Valley is rated number 5 right now in the WPIL. I honestly believe that they could be the best team in the WPIL, certainly the best offense in the WPIL. We're playing there. Seneca Valley seems to be a team that's searching for identity and prestige, and needless to say, we're going to find out a lot about our football team this Friday night.
You talked about Seneca Valley's offense. Obviously, they're going to match up well with your defense, perhaps one of the best, if not the best, in Quad A football this year. They did very well last Friday night in shutting down North Hill star running back LeVar Arrington.
We did a great job last week shutting down LeVar Arrington. A little bit of a different type of team this week, but to go back to last week, we had some players that really stepped up their level of play and did an outstanding job. You watched the game, you had to be impressed with the job that Damon Gibson and Ronnie Graham did at the line of scrimmage. Good play all around. I thought Devon Morrell played well, Jeremy, Corey Connors, Mike White. But I think Ronnie Graham and Damon Gibson in a big showcase game really showcased themselves.
Definitely, it seemed like Ronnie and Damon were possessed. And I think it was Ronnie Graham's big hit in the first quarter on LeVar Arrington that really might have set the tone for the game.
Well, I think so. I think somewhere in the first couple of series as LeVar Arrington started favoring his shoulder. I'm not sure if he came in banged up, but after Ronnie Graham's hit down there about the 10-yard line or so, I think he was a little bit stunned, and that did set the tone. At the time, it was 7-0 North Hills, and we needed a big play, and Ronnie stepped in and made the big play.
When you talk about North Hills, you talk about the running games, specifically with LeVar Arrington. When you look at Seneca Valley, not only do they have the running game, they also have a heck of a quarterback who can throw to one heck of a tight end.
They have a great tight end, Krug. He's been there for 2 years. The quarterback has been there for 2 years. If you recall our game last year against Seneca Valley, it ended up 41-14, but we had 3 punts returned for touchdowns in that game, and Seneca Valley kept that game very close except for the special teams play. But Rocky, the quarterback, took them 75 yards on one drive and I think 80 yards on another drive, mostly through the air down the field, and scored on us. So I mentioned that Seneca Valley's offense may be one of the best in the WPIL. It's because they are so diversified. Compare them with North Hills. North Hills, you stop Arrington, you have a good chance to stop North Hills. Seneca Valley, that's not the case. One of the Post-Gazette Fabulous 22s, Adam Boylan, WPIL sprint champion, relay, along with Kelly in the backfield. Pose major threats to us. They have another kid that plays on the slot that carries the ball quite a bit, one DeRuse, and then the passing combination of Brokia to his receivers. So it's certainly not a one-dimensional offense by any means. It's a very skilled, technique-oriented offense. They hide the ball well, they fake well, they come off the ball well. So our defense, like I said before, we will find out how good our defense is this week.
You talked a little bit about last year's game. At one point, the game was 14-14 before Penn Hills broke it open. And early in the game, both Boylan and Wonderus seemed like they were going to have good games before the defense shut them down. Do you think Seneca Valley is remembering that 41-14 shellacking last year and perhaps thinking a little revenge?
Well, I'm sure. Terry Henry's the coach, and I know he is. It's all over the locker rooms up there. I think that the problem that we have had with Seneca Valley in the past is we've always played them after North Hills. And for the defensive coach, for Coach Timko and Gillespie and so forth, it's a very difficult changeover. When you play North Hills, they pitch the ball and it's student body right or student body left. There's nothing fake about it. They're going to run the ball on the sweeps, or they're going to hand off to Wilkerson or hand off to LeVar. So you're sitting there, and as soon as you read your keys, you're coming right now. Seneca Valley runs the wing tee, and if you're a little bit familiar with the wing tee, a wing on this side, a slot on this back, a single setback, and as soon as the ball's snapped, everybody's going this way. And Ronnie Graham, as soon as he sees flow that way, he cannot charge that way because sure, sure as you can expect, they'll be coming back the other way. So this is a week when the defense has to read their keys and be very patient and look for counter activity coming back and so forth. And after drilling in the pursuit on North Hills, now we have to tell them, stay where you are, just relax. And sometimes it's difficult. They get fired up, and as soon as the ball goes, they go flying, and here he comes back underneath. So that's a major problem for us.
Certainly. The next question I was going to ask was about your defense, that they seem to pursue the ball very well. And how do you get them to, through 2 games, when they've seen the ball, they've gone after it. When they've seen movement, they've gone after it. Now here you're talking to them where they have to sit back and wait and to see where that ball goes. How do you get them to do that, the discipline to do that in just a matter of 5 days?
Well, that's the difficult thing. That's what the coaching aspect's all about. You have the talent, but talent alone's not going to do it. We break down films and we see films, and most of the kids on our defense have been there for a few years, so they know what the situation is. And we have spent probably 70% of our time on defense against Seneca Valley. So hopefully our efforts and our film sessions and our scouting reports are going to pay off, because if we pursue the ball, we're going to get burnt coming back.
We've been talking about the defense. Now let's look at the other side of the ball, your offense. Last week at this time, you were afraid that Dwayne Thompson was gone for the year with a badly bruised knee. Now that we understand he will be back, at least defensively, Friday night. But you have to be very pleased with the way the offense picked up with Ronnie Graham. You were afraid maybe folks thought it might have been a gimmick putting him into the backfield, but he ran the ball very well as a power back. And Victor Strader, 177 yards against the tough North Hills defense. You had to be pleased with the offense last week.
Oh, yeah, Coach Timko and I grabbed Victor Strader on the way out of the locker room last week and reminded him that Dwayne wasn't going to be there, and if we're going to win games like this, we're going to need somebody to step up big. And said, Victor, maybe this is your turn to step up. And not only did he have 179 or 178 yards rushing, but he returned an interception at the end of the first half. He must have ran 150 yards, but he did return the thing about 65 yards, and somebody caught him from behind on a cutback, or he goes all the way there. He had 2 kickoff returns for a total of 82 yards. That's a 41-yard average on 2 kickoff returns. He returned 1 punt for 9 yards, and I believe another one for 11 yards. So Victor had an incredible game, stepped up beyond our wildest dreams. I was very surprised he wasn't the Post-Gazette Player of the Week, and I think he is the Greensburg Tribune Review Player of the Week, and those accolades deserve to go to Victor because he put on a show last Friday.
Of course, Richie Emmert at the Tribune, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to high school football. But how does that, when we talk about Dwayne Thompson being out, we want to bring him back in slowly. This has to be an advantage or a plus for you as a coach whenever you can move Ronnie Graham into the backfield and you have Victor Strader and Garrett Livingston and some other kids that you can move into the backfield, where you have this luxury that you don't necessarily have to rush Dwayne Thompson, getting him back into the offensive lineup.
Well, not only Dwayne Thompson, but Nick Brown, don't forget. Nick Brown is our probably our second tailback or our second fullback, if you want. Nick has not played since before Massillon, so he's been pulled up pretty badly with a groin injury, and we're trying to bring him back slow. The problem that we have is that if we do get somebody important that goes down, like Dwayne Thompson, for example, we have to finagle and move 1 million people in 1 million different places. It's a nice luxury to be able to have Ronnie Graham to move him to tailback, but then that cuts us back at a tight end and so forth. So, we have to be very careful with our substitutions. Sometimes we'll have 3, 4 tight ends in a game. We're thinking, what are we doing? But one of them's playing flanker, one of them's playing split end, the other one's playing tailback and so forth. But the bottom line is that we've had some people step up this year so far. And I don't necessarily want to single out Victor Strader. Donnie Chichilla has done a great job. Justin Cole has done a fantastic job. Corey Connors, the two you'll speak with tonight. Corey Connors, when Anthony DiMaria went down and Udall Mickens was having a problem, we moved Corey Connors into that defensive tackle spot, and it's his spot now. Corey Connors and Sean Budabaugh have given us the opportunity to give Damon Gibson and Mike White a spell on offense. Jared Smith has stepped up big time at center, so Victor is just one of many. He certainly did it flamboyantly last week, but he's just one of many that have stepped up. And if you're going to go anywhere in a season, you need some surprises.
You talked about Corey Connors a little bit. He's played well on the line. You have to be pleased with the line play this week, or for the past 2 weeks. Quickly, if you can, just tell us, what can we expect Friday night against Seneca Valley?
Well, I still think Seneca Valley is a good football team. I'm not going to be so naive as to say that we run the ball well. Nobody's going to stop us and just try to pound it down their throats. It's not going to happen. He'll play an 8-man front against us, and if we're running the ball, he's going to bring a 9-man front up there. We have not had good success going outside this year yet. We tried to do it against Butler and weren't successful, and we didn't do real well outside against North Hills last week. So we need to get our sweep and toss games, our option games, in the same category as our straight-ahead running games, or it's going to burn us down the road, and we have to be able to throw the ball. We've been inconsistent in throwing the ball. Some days in practice we've looked like a run-and-shoot team that spends the entire time on it. Other times we've looked terrible. So, we're emphasizing the passing game, and we're trying to discipline ourselves, not to be real fancy and cute, but just to be able to keep teams honest. The offensive line is a great run-blocking offensive line. The B offensive line is a great run-blocking offensive line, but we're not where we want to be in the passing and the perimeter game yet.
Well, best of luck this week. Of course, don't forget, next week we don't look past Seneca Valley, but next week we start the Quad East schedule. So hopefully, most importantly, of course, we're going to come out with a W, but we do want to come out of this game healthy.
Tough week for all WPIL coaches the week before the opening of the season. If I had my pick, I would rather play a tough team the first week, a tough team the second week, and then really play a puppy the third week, so that you could rest your people and get ready for the ones that count. Seneca Valley kind of puts me in a little bit of bind, as it does Seneca Valley. It's a big prestige game, 2 against 5. We're ranked in the state right now, but what do we do with a Dwayne Thompson, a Nick Brown, a BJ Natale, all these kids that are banged up? Do we throw them out there and try to win the Seneca Valley game and risk not having them for next week when they count, or do we hold them back and just forget about the Seneca Valley game? It's a tough position to be in.
The paradox of coaching.
Yes.
Let's talk quickly about our seniors of the week.
2 seniors that I've already mentioned that have done some great things for us in the early season. Justin Cole. Justin Cole has been a flanker for us and a defensive back. Beginning of the year, we thought that Justin would probably be our nickel back and be on all the special teams for sure and play a little bit of flanker. We've had some injuries. Nick Brown, Dwayne Thompson, Donnie Chichilla, and Justin Cole has been one of those people that has been called upon to be a mature starter and not make mistakes, and Justin has certainly done that. Intercepted a pass against Butler, had 3 or 4 solo tackles against Butler, hit Arrington the other night and caused a fumble, played very well. He's playing well for us. I don't know what we do without Justin Cole. Maybe he's not as well known as Ronnie Graham, but Cole's a player, and we're going to need him down the road for sure. The other one, Corey Connors. Corey is now our starting defensive tackle in there with Mike and Damon, and he has great quickness. He's playing on the offensive line also. He's also playing on all special teams. He's a converted fullback. He still thinks he's a fullback, but we all know very well that he's a guard tackle, and I think he's happy there. He's contributing very well. He's a great kid. Both these kids are outstanding students. They're A students, and they're going to go someplace. I'm happy to have them both.
And we're happy to have him here on the Coach's Corner. That's the head coach of the Penn Indians, Neil Gordon. And again, best of luck this week, Neil. Hopefully next Wednesday night when we talk to you, you'll be just as happy and looking forward to the Plum Mustangs.
Do I look happy?
You look happier than I've seen you before.
Okay. Thank you.
Coming up, we're going to talk to our seniors of the week right here on the Coach's Corner here on Unreal Productions. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Jake Larson Penn Shopping Center. Along with our seniors of the week, number 25, Justin Cole, to my near right, and to my far right, number 69, Corey Connors. And guys, Neil Gordon, head coach, has sung the praises of your play for the first 2 weeks. Justin, we'll start with you. You stepped up, weren't a starter until just a couple weeks ago, but you've really stepped in and wreaked some havoc in the defensive secondary.
Yeah, I just tried to play hard whenever I got my chances. I've been able to play because of a couple injuries. And I just tried to do my best when I got in there.
And as we've seen on the TV last couple of weeks, you've really played well against both Butler and North Hills. Corey, we'll jump up to you there. You've been playing very well on the line. You've been moved to defensive tackle, but you may seem to be the forgotten lineman in the shadows of Damon Gibson and Mike White, and of course Ronnie Graham there. They get all the ink, but you've really played well the last couple of weeks.
Oh, thanks. And I've had to play well. I really had to step up. I really wasn't starting until probably the Thursday night before the Butler game, and I just had to step it up. I mean, the team needed me, so I did what I had to do.
Is this a point where you have to perform to keep playing? Does it matter? You have to step it up. Does that make it maybe a lot easier for you to earn the position, or is it something where you might be starting every week to keep fired up week after week?
Well, I just said I have to keep fired up week after week. I mean, I worked 12 months out of the year to get to this point, and now I just got to maintain and keep working harder and harder and stepping up, and hopefully by the time we get to Three Rivers, I'll reach the plateau.
Confidence, we enjoy that. And Justin, you seem to be in a difficult position because you've sort of stepped in for like an injured Rod Woodson, so to speak. But when the starters are healthy, is it just your job to make it difficult for the coaches to figure out who they're going to put in?
Yeah, it's been kind of hard sitting behind, but I just try my best. I practice hard, do whatever I can, and when it's my chance, I just step in, try to do the job. I've been doing all right, I guess, so I'll just keep playing hard.
Been doing better than all right. You've been doing very well the last couple of weeks. What is your goal for the season, Justin?
To win it all, to go to Three Rivers and win, basically.
And then maybe on to Hershey?
Yeah, I just want whatever's best for the team. I'm not interested in anything personal or anything. I'll just do my job whenever I get my chance. Whatever will help the team get to Three Rivers.
Justin, same question.
That's exactly what I want. I want to win. I want to be undefeated, and I want to win every game. And my personal goal was to start, and I've already taken care of that. So now it's on to the team thing. So,
look at any teams in particular that you guys are looking forward to playing, Corey?
I'm looking forward to playing everybody. I love to play. Every Friday night when the lights come on and the band's playing, the fans are cheering. I love to play. I look forward to every game.
Justin?
I feel the same way, but I'm really looking forward to paying back Woodland Hills and McKeesport for last year. Really
There's the answer I was looking for. Let's talk about plans after high school.
Well, I'm planning on going to college. I've been looking at a few colleges, Michigan and Stanford right now. Whatever comes up, I do definitely plan on going to college.
And what are you looking to study?
Right now, probably business. I'm not really sure right now, but right now I'm looking into that.
Well, take your time. Believe me, you have plenty of it. Corey, what are your plans for after June?
After June, I don't know as far as athletics are concerned. Academically, I want to study sports management. I want to go. I've been looking at a couple of colleges, Ithaca in upstate New York, Indiana University, and Bowling Green State University. I've been looking at those three real hard.
From what I understand, the both of you are doing very well academically. Is there truth to that rumor?
Yeah. I
Come on, don't be bashful. How are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good, yeah. I've been getting good grades. I want to keep it up so I can go to a good college, go to a top university like I want to go to.
Favorite subject?
Probably math, probably.
Corey?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know.
But you're doing well academically as well, I hear.
I'm doing better academically. I've always been told I was smart, and now I'm figuring it out for myself. So.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
Well, certainly I hope that both of you attain your personal and team goals as far as the playoffs, getting into the playoffs and winning championships. Of course, the longer the team goes, the longer I get to do this every week, so I look forward to it. And definitely after school, best of luck to the both of you. And once you guys graduate, make sure you come back and see us as Penn Hills alumnus. To my near right, Senior of the week, number 25, Justin Cole. And to my far right, number 69, Corey Connors. Come out Friday night to road trip up to Seneca Valley to see these two young kids play. And next week we will be at Plum to take on the Plum Mustangs. I'm Joel Navari. This has been the Week 3 edition of the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Jay Clark's and the Penn Hills Shopping Center. Coming up next, the Penn Hills Indians and the Seneca Valley Raiders, right here on Unreal Productions. It's Penn Hills Indians football, 1995, tonight from Harmony, Pennsylvania. The Penn Hills Indians take on the Seneca Valley Raiders. A very pleasant good evening to you, along with my broadcast partner, Bob Orquist. I'm Bill Navari. Great to have you along on a beautiful late September Friday evening here in western Pennsylvania. And Bob, tonight, the Penn Hills Indians, ranked second in the WPIAL, ranked fourth in the state of Pennsylvania, take on the fifth-ranked Seneca Valley Raiders.
And again, not an easy test. The final non-conference game before the Quad East Wars start next week with a game against Plum, and another big test. We've had North Hills and we've had Butler, traditional teams that Penn Hills has played over the last couple of years, and Seneca Valley also has now become a traditional team. Last year, these two teams met at Andrew Uhaw Stadium. Penn Hills came away victorious. This time, we've taken the road trip to Harmony, and it's an experienced Seneca Valley Raider team that Penn Hills will meet tonight.
The Penn Hills Indians have used size to their advantage, stuffing their first two opponents of the season, allowing only 7 points, one touchdown, that coming on the second play of the game last week. Tonight, the Seneca Valley Raiders, also not a big football team, but they use their speed and their agility to their advantage, and tonight the Penn Hills Indians are going to have their hands full.
Well, you mentioned speed and agility. They run a lot of looks at you offensively, and they have a lot of different ball carries who can hurt you. That's what makes them so difficult to defense, is their versatility. And they've scored a lot of touchdowns, especially last week, 35 points in a victory over Bethel Park, and Penn Hills is going to have to try to stop that. What also is an advantage for Seneca Valley, coming into the season, they returned 26 seniors, so they have a lot of experience coming back, and it'll be a good test tonight for the Indians.
Another advantage for perhaps Seneca Valley. Last week against North Hills, the Penn Hills Indians could focus on LeVar Arrington. Stop LeVar Arrington, you stop the North Hills Indians. We saw that last week. But with the Seneca Valley Raiders, they've scored 7 touchdowns this season, 6 by 6 different players, 6 rushing touchdowns and 1 fumble recovery.
And last year against Penn Hills, they showed that they were not afraid to also throw the football. And last week against North Hills, Penn Hills shut down a North Hills passing game, and they pretty much took that asset out of the game for North Hills. Tonight, we'll see a lot of different looks from Seneca Valley, but you touched on it. 6 different players have scored rushing touchdowns, and that's what I talked about here in the opening. They can hurt you a lot of different ways, and Penn Hills will focus on maybe stopping one, and Seneca Valley is going to try to spring another back. So that's what the key is. You have to watch every weapon in that offensive backfield for Seneca Valley.
The talk this week has been Penn Hills defense against Seneca Valley's offense. I think the key to tonight's game is the Penn Hills Indians offense. They need to put points on the football on the scoreboard to keep the pressure off the Penn Hills defense.
Well, what happened last week is second play from scrimmage, as you mentioned, LeVar Arrington went 69 yards for a touchdown. A key in that, though, Penn Hills was able to answer that quickly. As a matter of fact, they scored 23 unanswered points. And that took a lot of pressure off the defense. You're not afraid of making a mistake that will tie the game up or give the opponent the lead back. And they did a good job of it last week. The offense kind of got motivated. They sparked, actually, the defense, I thought, after that opening touchdown run by Arrington. And it was a complete team effort last week, and I'm sure they'll want to duplicate that tonight.
Big test tonight for the Penn Hills Indians. This is probably the best opponent they'll face in the first 5 weeks of this season. One of the top-ranked teams in the WPIAL. The Indians tonight have the chance to go 3-0 for the first time since 1982. 13 years since they've been 3-0 to start a season. But, Bob, at what cost do you want to go 3-0?
Well, you don't want to have any injuries. That's the key right now, and we had one last week. Dwayne Thompson could not play. He's getting healthier, and the more he can rest tonight, the better he'll help you out during the Quad East season. And also, last week we saw a new weapon in the backfield with Ronnie Graham. So another way the Indians can hurt you. But the key tonight is not having any injuries, I'm sure. And also, you mentioned Penn Hills wanting to go 3-0. I'm sure Seneca Valley wants to go 3-0 for the first time in a while for the Red Raiders since they were at Three Rivers at the end of the 1980s.
So tonight, big test for both Seneca Valley and Penn Hills. Seneca Valley, 7-point underdogs rated by the Fumbler in the Post-Gazette. The Penn Hills Indians 7-point favorites. Obviously the big test for them tonight. But of course, the Seneca Valley defense isn't quite as strong as the Penn Hills defense, but hopefully Victor Strader can pick up almost 200 yards again tonight on the Seneca Valley defense.
And I'm sure that'll be a key tonight for Penn Hills offensively, running the football, as is every week.
So sit back, relax. For the next couple hours, you're going to see a whale of a football game. The Penn Hills Indians and the Seneca Valley Raiders coming to you right here on Penn Hills Indians television. See the captains for the Penn Hills Indians and Seneca Valley Raiders. Captains tonight for the Penn Hills Indians, Ronnie Graham. Number 89, number 55 is Jared Smith. Also, we see number 21, Victor Strader with 177 yards last week, and also big number 77, Kevin McCoy.
Penn Hills wins the toss, and they elect to receive.
Of course, if you notice on our program, the Penn Hills Indians roster only goes up to 74.
There you go. I know what you're searching for.
Said it before and I'll say it again. You are the best color man in football.
Tony Babucci will do the kicking for Seneca Valley. I remember him from last year. I'm sure a lot of Seneca Valley Raiders are going to be familiar because, as we mentioned in the opening, 26 seniors have returned to this team.
Much like we saw in week 1 against Butler, where they graduated no starters from last year. Of course, that's why also helps why the Seneca Valley Raiders are ranked 5th in WPIAL with the quality squad that they have returning all their starters. Downfield deep to receive the opening kickoff. Dwayne Thompson, glad to see him back after having a bruised knee. Sat out last week. He's the man in the middle. Far side of the field, Victor Strader, and the near side, Damian Germany. The kickoff heads towards Germany, but it goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Flags do fly. Of course, with the kickoff going out of bounds before it was touched.
Not a good effort by Babucci. I'm sure Penn Hills will take that. They'll move 5 yards back from the 40 to the 35 now. Formerly the NFL kickoff. But that'll give Penn Hills an even better shot at good field position. So, inauspicious start for Seneca Valley.
I'm sure with Dwayne Thompson in the middle back there, I'm sure Coach Gordon would prefer either Strader or Germany taking the kickoff. You don't want to see Thompson re-hurt that knee, especially in a non-conference game, or for any game, as a matter of fact. So the officials march off the 5. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. We'll re-kick as the Fedco chopper flies overhead.
That's a big game, number 5 against number 2. So a lot of hype. It's a good tune-up.
And here goes the kickoff for Babucci. And again it goes towards Germany, and again it goes out of bounds about the 18-yard line. So is this a matter of Babucci just flubbing his kickoffs, or are they trying to prevent the return?
Babucci is definitely trying to kick away from Thompson and Strader, but that's not what you want to do to start with 2 5-yard penalties. And
now they'll kick off from the 30.
Again, it goes in Penn Hills' favor. They just at least 10 yards worth of field position, and they've really done nothing to earn it yet.
So I'm sure the Penn Hills coaching staff is thinking, just keep kicking it out of bounds, no problem.
Well, they're at the move to the 30 now, so what do you got? 2 more to the 20? 2 more, well, after the 20, it's half the distance, so we could be here all night just on opening kickoffs.
Theoretically, the distance would never end. So again, Babucci's going to try to kick it off.
And that already moved Strader up from the 2 to the 12, so there's 10 yards right there.
And there's Babucci, squibs it. Faking at the 40-yard line, caught but downed by B.J. DiNatale. Caught the ball while on his knee, and again in high school football, no one needs to touch you. You need simply to touch the knee, and that's where the Penn Hills Indians will take over. 1st and 10 to start the football game, with all that action, we've only lost 1 second.
Just over the 40, so I'm sure they're happy with that. That's good starting field position. And Dean Natale with the good hands, that's why he's up there on almost the interior line, the second wave on the Penn Hills kick return team.
High formation for the Indians. Hoggy Livingston, the up back. Setback is Victor Strader. And the ball comes to Strader, goes over the left side, picks up 2, maybe 3 yards, marking about the 43.5-yard line. That hole closed quickly. We'll get to the starting lineups tonight for the Penn Hills offense in just a moment. Again, it's Strader over the left side. Strader goes nowhere. He's stopped maybe half a yard. But the Seneca Valley Raider defense closed very quickly, shutting down the Penn Hills Indian running attack. Number 3, Lenny Gilmer, starting quarterback tonight for the Indians. 89, Ronnie Graham. Number 85 on the far side, BJ DiNatale, tight end and flanker. We see Lenny Gilmer coming in. Of course, Jared Smith at center, flanked on his left by Kevin McCoy and Mike White. On his right, Damon Gibson and Eddie Fitzpatrick. Gilmer's going to throw the football. Has Ronnie Graham at the 30, and it's off his fingertips. That was a short 6 points for Ronnie Graham, but the ball went off his fingertips at the 30, and the Indians are going to have to punt the ball to Seneca Valley. And what a wasted opportunity there for the Penn Hills Indians.
Scott Jordan was the man on the coverage, and he was 10 yards behind Ronnie Graham. Ronnie Graham was behind him in actuality, and that was a short 6 points.
Definitely a certain 6 points. The ball just off the fingertips of Ronnie Graham. Needs some Lester Hayes stick 'em.
Play action pass, so effective for a running team, and it was there. Would have been a sure touchdown of about 57 yards, but Dave Zakia will punt.
Zakia punting to number 44, Adam Boylan. Zakia with a short kick. Ball will go out of bounds about the 32-yard line. That's where Seneca Valley will take over with their first possession of the game with 10:19 to go here in the first quarter. And I'm sure Ronnie Graham is absolutely kicking himself for that one.
Well, Penn Hills does not pass often. As a matter of fact, eight passes in the first 2 games, 4 in each game. But that's one that Lenny Gilmer put right on the money, and Ronnie Graham maybe should have pulled it in for the touchdown, but wasn't to be. So the Penn Hills Big Red on defense right now.
Wayne Rocher, the quarterback. Lone setback is Donald Kelly. Man in motion is Boylan. First man through is Kelly with some running room across the left side. Kelly with some nice running room, gets out to midfield and a first down. And just like that, the Seneca Valley Raiders are moving the football.
Don Kelly, 19 yards in their initial first down, and missed tackles. Kelly was able to break a few. A good burst of speed on the delayed handoff off the right tackle, off the left tackle actually, and a big gainer of 19 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Raiders.
So the Raiders now into Penn Hills Indians territory just across the midfield stripe. And again, Donald Kelly, the only man in the backfield. See if Boylan goes in motion again. He doesn't. Now he does. And again, it's Kelly, first man through, and he is met quickly at the line of scrimmage.
Corey Connors and Jeremy George. I've been very impressed with Corey Connors in the early going, the first 2 games. He's done a nice job. Was unsure if he would play full-time or split time, but he's done a great job.
Apparently the coaching staff has been impressed with Corey Connors because he has won that starting position. He's the right defensive tackle. Damon Gibson, nose tackle. Mike White at the left tackle. Man in motion is Michael Wonderroos. Wasn't sure if he was going to play, and this time again it's Kelly, and Kelly gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses half a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd and a long 9 for Seneca Valley Raiders.
This time Gibson and Jeremy George in on the tackle, and I believe Wonderroos was injured in last year's Penn Hills Seneca Valley game.
Yes, he was.
Played maybe most of the first half, but also went down an injury in that game.
Now we perhaps get to see the big tight end, number 89, Ben Crew of the Seneca Valley Raiders, with a 3rd and 9. Lined up as the right end. Again, Kelly, lone man back with Boylan and Wonderroos as the upbacks. Boylan in motion. Roche is going to throw the football. He's looking for Boylan, and the ball thrown in front. And we'll see if the Seneca Valley Raiders punt the ball back to the Penn Hills Indians.
And here comes the punt team.
Roche had Boylan in the flat, but the ball just overthrown.
He had some green. It would have been interesting to see how quick Penn Hills could have closed on that play.
So after the initial play of the game, first play, offensive play for Seneca Valley, a 19-yard scamper by Donald Kelly, the Indians shut the Raiders down. They're going to punt the ball back to the Indians. Anthony Babushi.
He's very close to the line of scrimmage, only about 11 yards.
Indians let him kick. Ball will come to Dwayne Thompson, about the 20-yard line. Thompson makes a couple nice spin moves to get the ball out to about the 23, and the Indians will take over from there with 8:17 to go here in the first quarter. Or was that Damian Germany?
No, it was Dwayne.
It was Dwayne.
And we'll give him the 23-yard line. 22. Just over the 22.
I thought that was Dwayne, and I saw Germany come running out amongst everyone.
So Dwayne apparently showing not many effects from the knee injury. Got a rest last week, and I'm sure he'll be rested periodically tonight. And you want to have him healthy
and we
for
see
the Quad East.
Dwayne Thompson in the split backfield, and Thompson, first man through, fakes to him, but here's Victor Strader looking for some running room around the left side, almost caught in the backfield. Strader does a nice job to get the ball
hit the ground.
Back to the line of scrimmage. The fumble caused by the contact with the turf, so it would be no fumble. Strader could have been brought down to the backfield for a loss, but he did a nice job to get back to the line of scrimmage, Bob.
Scott Jordan with it contained, and he was the man that Ron Graham was behind on the last series. But he did, Bill. He did break a tackle in the backfield, and was definitely, indeed, as he was hitting the ground, the ball came out, and it was a good call by the officials.
Scampered 15 yards for no gain. So 2nd and 10 again for the Indians. And here we go again in the backfield. The deep back is Ronnie Graham. Hoggy Livingston in front. We'll see if we get Graham powering up the middle, and we do. There's Ronnie Graham getting over the 25-yard line. And
got a flag
fly.
Thompson will pick up 2, maybe 3, but the flag in the backfield generally means it was a motion penalty or a procedure against the Indians, and there it is.
First few plays here, the Indians look rather listless.
Disjointed. Nope, they declined the penalty, so give Graham. Where is that spot? He was over the 25-yard line.
Yes, he was up to the 25-yard line. He was over the 25, and they spot the ball back to the 23. So we'll see what the Indians do on 3rd and again 10. Curious spot by the officials. Pitch to Strader on the right side. Strader looking for a block. He gets it, but he's still only able to get out to about the 30-yard line. Well short of the first down. Picks up about 7. And the Indians will have to punt the ball back to Seneca Valley.
I'm telling you, he had almost one man to beat, and it was Wayne Rocha, the quarterback, who on defense plays defensive back. He brought him down. Strader with a nice play, took the pitch, and that's a bread and butter play in the Penn Hills playbook. But this time, it worked for good yardage 6, but not enough on 4th and 10, or 3rd and 10.
So Adam Boylan, the senior running back, defensive back to field the Dave Zakia punt. Nice snap. Zakia gets the punt away and gets a nice boot. The ball hits at the 40, gets a nice Penn Hills bounce. Ball rolls inside the 30-yard line, where it will be downed at the Seneca Valley 27, and that's where they will take over with their second possession of the game here in a scoreless first quarter with 5:56 to go. Big series now for the Penn Hills defense. Certainly you don't want to give any momentum to the Seneca Valley Raiders. They've already stopped the Penn Hills offensive unit twice.
Aside from the 19-yard run by Don Kelly, there's been pretty much absolutely no running room at all for either team.
First and 10 to the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Boylan in motion. Pitch to Boylan on the left side, looking for some running room. He's met there. The hand tackle by Jeremy George. He gets away from the George grasp. But he's brought down about the 31-yard line. Corey Connors on the tackle. Got a pickup of about 5. Again, Boylan in motion. Rocha gives it a first man through Kelly. And Kelly is met at the line by Damon Gibson and Hoggy Livingston. And it looked like Jeremy George trying to strip the ball away, but to no avail.
Their interior line, Penn Hills, gets a lot of press, but their linebackers have done an outstanding job. Ronnie Graham, of course, is always confident. But George and Hoggy Livingston also do a great job.
Wayne Rocha calls a timeout.
Timeout, Seneca Valley.
Scoreless first quarter. 4:20 to go. Here at Seneca Valley High School, the Penn Hills Indians and the Seneca Valley Raiders.
So far, both teams.
Penn Hills Indians opening conference play next week at the Plum Mustangs. Not much of a road trip there, just traveling over the hill into Plumboro.
Territorial rivalry. Definitely a territorial rivalry there.
We'll get the mic problem straightened out with you hopefully shortly there, Bob. Wanderoo's in motion. Rocha gives the inside handoff to Boylan, who gets tripped at the line of scrimmage by Corey Connors. Gets out close to the 35-yard line, but that'll be short of a first down. They'll mark it at the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3 for Seneca Valley. Clock rolls under 4 minutes to go. Thompson and Schrader down deep to field the punt. Snapped to Babushi, gets a high, booming kickoff to the near side. It'll be Thompson taking it at the 28. Thompson looks for a tackle, he gets up the sideline. They'll mark him out about the 31-yard line, made a nifty spin move to get out across the 35, but the officials say he stepped on the white, and that's where the Indians will take over with 3.5 to go. First quarter, still scoreless.
Ball on the 31.
So we'll see if the Indians have made any kind of adjustments or if there will be status quo. And just continue to grind it out. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see that pass play out to Ronnie Graham again. He was so wide open. But we shall see. He is wide to the near side of the field. Schrader and Thompson in the back.
There it is.
And there's Schrader, excuse me. Schrader is tripped up in the backfield by the big tight end, Ben Krug, number 89. Schrader picks up 3 yards.
So far, it's been tough sledding for almost anyone aside from the initial run by Don Kelly, and Schrader coming off the big performance where he was over 100 and about 177 in yardage-wise last week. Tonight, unable to break it. That way was open, but it closed quick, only allowing him 3 yards.
They're all saying, what's on one ice?
Donnie Chichillo wide to the near side. Ronnie Graham moves deep in the backfield. Flags fly. Too much time for the Penn Hills Indians. We knew that was on its way. 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. They'll mark off 5. It'll bring up 2nd and about 12 now for the Indians.
So far, I'm sure both coaching staffs not too pleased offensively. Not what you want to look for. The final non-conference tune-up, and it's taken both teams a little bit time to get on track there so far, at least in the first quarter anyway.
I think we might be seeing a case of the two teams just trying to feel each other out here for a while. But again, the Indians come back into the same formation, and it's Ronnie Graham up the middle, gets tripped at the line of scrimmage, bounces his way over the 35-yard line out to the 36. Brings up about 3rd and 6 for the Indians.
Give Graham a pickup of 7, and last week he scored 2 touchdowns from the backfield, a 2-yard run and also on an 11-yard run. As a matter of fact, his first carry from the backfield, one for the 2-yard touchdown run. So he's proved a capable runner. Picked up a nice slice of about 7 yards there. And as Bill mentioned, 3rd and 6 as Penn Hills the ball just over the 35-yard line.
Chichilla and Livingston out. Strader and Thompson back in. Graham to the near side of the field. Second man through is Thompson. Thompson spins to the left. Thompson gets the Penn Hills Indian first down out close to the 45-yard line. They'll mark it at the 44. But the initial Penn Hills first down of the football game.
An all individual effort by Dwayne Thompson. He was finally dragged down. And if he could have broke that tackle, could have won for a lot more. But it looks like he was stopped originally at the line of scrimmage, and he cut back, made a spin move, and it's all individual effort for the initial first down for the Indians.
The Indians getting close to midfield. Under 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Still scoreless at Seneca Valley. Along with Bob Orquist, I'm Bill Navari. Great to have you along. First man through is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not much there. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after Victor Strader's no gain.
So this is the first offensive series for either team. It's gone more than 4 plays. Seneca Valley had the initial first down of the game, then went 3 plays and punt. Penn Hills first 2 possessions, 3 plays and punt. Seneca's second possession, 3 plays and punt. So it's about time the offenses log some time on the field.
DJ DiNatale to the near side. First man through again is Strader, and again he's tripped at the line of scrimmage. And again, no gain. Looks like he was submarined by Donald Kelly. The only offense so far for Seneca Valley this game.
Also proving a fine linebacker. They've,
now 3rd and 10.
They've stuffed that play every time Penn Hills has tried to win it tonight, off tackle.
So we'll see if the Indians start play faking.
It was on the first possession. It was 3rd down and 10 or thereabouts when Graham got behind the defense, but unable to come up with that pass.
Germany and DiNatale on the near side. Lenny Gilmer draw play to Dwayne Thompson, who crosses midfield. Thompson gets the first down. Dwayne Thompson should have been brought down close to the 50-yard line, but he made one heck of an individual effort to pick up another 7. Gets the Indians another first down at the Seneca Valley 43-yard line.
And those coaches officially call him little man, 5'9" and 170, but he runs very, very strong. And again, his second first down, the Penn Hills second first down, all individual effort on the draw play by Dwayne Thompson.
Coming up on 11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. This will be the final play. Graham and Thompson in the backfield, and Ronnie Graham on the dive gets out to the 40-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. After 1 period of play, the Penn Hills Indians and the Seneca Valley Raiders still scoreless here at Seneca Valley High School, but the Penn Hills Indians driving. Second quarter action on its way next. There's the situation as we see it. Second quarter action about to begin. Penn Hills Indians, 2nd down, 8 to go. The ball on the Seneca Valley 40-yard line.
If you must stand, please stand on the floorboards and not the feet.
And the Indians have the first sustained drive of the football game by either team. I formation again, Ronnie Graham deep. And again, it's Ronnie Graham off the left side. Ronnie Graham, one man to beat. Stiff arm, Ronnie Graham. 20, 15. Ronnie Graham knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Nice individual effort by Ronnie Graham. Picks up another Penn Hills Indian first down at about 25 yards.
They're going to spot it just outside the 15 at about the 16, but it was that stiff arm that did the job. With a flag on the 30-yard line. You hate to see yellow. And it's a clip against the Indians. That'll negate a big gainer for Ronnie Graham with 24 yards.
So that means the play will be marked, instead of at the 16-yard line, it will now be at the 45-yard line.
So Graham will get a pickup of 10, about a killer penalty. So you go from the 16 to the 45, so you're talking a net of 29 yards loss.
So it turns out to be almost a 30-yard penalty.
So again, as we talked about it in our Butler broadcast, the penalty yardage is marked as 15, but it's almost a 40-yard penalty, as you said, Bill. Actually, 30 yards from the 16 to almost the 46. So it really doesn't tell the story, and it's those kind of penalties that kill you.
So it will be 2nd and 15 from the 45 now instead of 1st and 10 from the 16. So we'll see if the Indians come right back to the same play. The Indians go to the split backs. Pitch to Ronnie Graham around the right side. Ronnie Graham is tripped as he crosses over the 45, about the 43-yard line. And that's where he goes down.
Jerry Hanley with the shoestring tackle. Graham had aspersions of getting outside there and had a little bit of space, but Hanley came from behind and was able to trip up Graham. He picked up about 3, a 3rd down, and we'll call it 10 for the Indians, and they take timeout.
Timeout, Penn Hills.
So the Indians will talk it over on a 3rd and 10, and whomever committed that clip is not a very popular person on the sideline, as we speak, or in the game.
Highlights of tonight's game will be featured on the Rhino High School Football Report. Sunday at 12:30 p.m. at Prime Sports, PBL.
That's what I just said. I said you got to get.
So if the Indians don't pick up the 1st down here, perhaps inside the 45-yard line, 40-yard line perhaps, maybe go for it, or you're looking at perhaps pooching it?
It depends what happens on this play. It's taken a long time. This drive started with 3.5 left in the first quarter. This will be the 10th play, and Penn Hill started at their own 31. So they've only picked up about 27 yards in those 10 plays, so it's been tough sledding. Of course, the penalty really hurt. It all depends on what happens in this play, Bill. It's 3rd and 10. If maybe you get closer to maybe 4th and 2, you might want to go for it because you wouldn't be giving up that much field position. But field position is a key in the game. Anytime you can pin a team back deep against their own goal line, you want to take that opportunity.
Graham in motion, and here comes Dwayne Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets close to the 35-yard line. He's going to be short of a 1st down. We'll see what the Indian coaching staff pulls now. Ball being spotted at the 36-yard line. To be 4th and about 4, maybe a long 3 yards.
4th and 5.
And no sign of Dave Zakia, so Penn Hills will go for it. 4th and a long 4.
See if Ronnie Graham's in the backfield. He's not. Strader and Thompson in the I formation.
They'll look for double deuces to get it again.
Graham in motion. And it is double deuces, and he's going to be stopped. The little guy's not going to pick up the 1st down. The Seneca Valley Raiders will take over at their own 35-yard line. I'm surprised the Indians didn't come sweep to the near side of the field.
Well, the near side of the field, which is the open side of the field, where the ball was on the far hash mark, and that would have been the way to go. Good penetration by Seneca Valley that time, really disrupted the play before it had a chance to take.
Could have been a case of the Indians perhaps maybe just running a safe play to get the ball, 1st down, fine. If not, hand the ball back to Seneca Valley. If you punt and get a touchback, you're only giving up 15 yards. Again, it's Kelly looking for some room around the outside. We'll give Kelly a pickup of about 6. And the Raiders love to run the misdirection.
Penn Hills or Seneca's starting at their own 35, their best starting field position of the evening. After the 19-yard run from Kelly, they were over midfield, but since then, this last run by Kelly, their biggest play from scrimmage.
Kelly again, the lone setback. Wonderoo's in motion, coming to the near side. And this time it's Boylan who comes up the middle, and Boylan is brought down from behind by Corey Connors, but not after he picks up a Seneca Valley 1st down. And getting up slowly is Adam Boylan.
1st down, Seneca Valley.
So Boylan comes out, replaced by 41 John Myers. This time it's Kelly up the middle, and Kelly doesn't get much. Nice extra effort to pick up a few. Hagi Livingston and B.J. DiNatale in on the tackle. But Kelly's still able to pick up 4.
Pretty good second effort. He was hit originally at the line of scrimmage and able to just stretch forward to pick up the extra yardage. And Seneca back into Penn Hills territory at the Penn Hills 49.
Wonderoos in motion. Pitches to Wonderoos on the near side of the field. Wonderoos looks for some running room. Crosses the 45 down to the 44. Strader, Gibson, and Thompson in on the tackle. But Wonderoos gets close to a first down, where it'll be 3rd and a long 2 now for Seneca Valley.
And indeed, Bill, a misdirection is the biggest part of the Seneca Valley offense. They put the man in motion, and that gives the quarterback, Wayne Rocha, 3 options to hand off, and should he decide to keep the ball, that's 4 coming out of the backfield in that misdirection offense that Seneca Valley's running. Taking a long time, and I expected that. Rocha did call a timeout.
So the Raiders call time with 8:05 to go here in the first half. Game still scoreless. Penn Hills and Seneca Valley. Penn Hills ranked 2nd in the Whitfield. Seneca Valley ranked 5th. Seneca Valley looking to compete in a tough quad north. Not as tough as it used to be. You know, North Allegheny will get in, but Seneca Valley, perhaps the other team. Shaler not as good as they were last year. I think Shaler at 9-1 last year were not as good as the record indicated. North Hills, still some rebuilding. Butler, perhaps, but I think it's going to be a North Allegheny, Seneca Valley section.
Indeed, that's the preseason predictions right there, North Allegheny and Seneca Valley. Even though NA was victorious last week.
They'll meet in week 7.
That's correct.
And like the Indians, who usually meet the main conference foes in weeks 2, 3, and 4 for the conference schedule. That being McKeesport, Woodland Hills, Central Catholic. Of course, Plum, fine quarterback in Scotty Umberger. But not quite the size, but neither does Seneca Valley, and they're moving the football on the Penn Hills Indian defense. Boylan back into the football game on the near side. Wonderoos in motion. First man through is Kelly, and B.J. DiNatale says hello. And Strader and Jeremy George come in and say goodbye.
Definitely, though, great play by DiNatale, the initial penetration, and stood him up and got some help, but he lost the yard, did Kelly. So it now goes to 3rd, and it's almost 4th and almost 4, and some players coming off for Seneca Valley. Did not notice of Babushi. Babushi did come in the game, so 3rd time that Seneca Valley's going to have to punt. Penn Hills should be careful not to jump off sides here.
Nice play by DiNatale to make the tackle. He fought off a block. In fact, he was still being blocked while he made the tackle. Babushi does get the kick up and away. On the near side is Victor Strader, and he catches it and goes down at the 16-yard line. And the Indians will take over in the shadows of their own goalpost with 7:20 to go here in the first half. Football game still scoreless.
Countering ball carrier number 51, Bill Draper. Penn Hills takes over on offense, 1st and 10 from the 15 with 7:20 to go in the first half.
And the Seneca Valley coaching staff is scampering along the sidelines. So what do you expect out of the Indians offense? They moved the ball fairly well on their last drive, but they stalled in Seneca Valley territory.
Well, I mean, more Dwayne Thompson off tackle. He's been their most effective weapon, and Ronnie Graham. They're tough sledding inside, but outside they've been able to pick up some good yardage.
There's Thompson over the right side. Thompson looks for some running room. He's going to be knocked out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He has enough for the Penn Hills Indian first down. We marked at the 31 and a half, so we'll give him a pickup of 15.
And just as I mentioned, outside they're getting yardage, so that's a big gain to restart your own 16. You're able to pick up 15, and Thompson has done a nice job to the outside. And, of course, Graham had the big run negated by a clip.
Of course, you talk about Thompson on the successor on the outside, so I'm surprised why the Indians didn't call that play on the 4th and 3 at the 35. That's Graham in motion. And Dwayne Thompson comes up the guts. Cuts right when he should have cut left, but he still picks up 4 yards.
Stole my thunder.
He cuts to the outside.
He cuts to the outside.
He's still running.
He could still run, absolutely. He made the wrong cut. Still a nice pickup of 4 on first down, but
of course that's easy for us to see up above.
It's easy for us to see from the sidelines here that he did have more room to the outside. He did cut it back towards the far hash mark.
But still a nice pickup by Dwayne Thompson. So we'll call it second and a short 6 for Penn Hills. And again, it's a little guy with some running room up the middle, and he does cut to the outside. Toss it across the 50, the 40, 4 men to beat. He won't do it, but he still gets nice yardage as he's knocked out of bounds at the 33. Getting into Seneca Valley territory where the Indians will have a first down, and they're driving again.
31 yards, and it's kind of like a three-headed monster for Penn Hills. It's a Strader, is it Graham, is it Thompson? Who's going to beat you out of the backfield? Throw in Len Gilmer, and it's almost a Hydra type of monster for the Penn Hills running game.
Don't forget, you have Hoggy Livingston who comes in at back
right,
as well.
And Hoggy Livingston is the best quick burst runner. When he gets the quick handoff, that is when he is most effective.
Strader this time around the right side, looking for some blocks. He has some running room across the 30, 25-20. Strader cutting to the inside, spin move. He's brought down out of bounds. That's about the 14-yard line. Another first down for the Indians, and it looks like the Indians have their game plan in action.
Well, I'm talking 4 plays on this drive. The first one for 15, the second for only 4, but the next 2 for 31 and 20 successively. And Victor Strader, Dawn and I had a chance to talk to him after the game last week, Bill. They're talking about the Dwayne Thompson and also now Graham and Victor sharing the football in the backfield. He says it doesn't matter as long as we're getting the wins.
You know, Seneca Valley calls a timeout here with 5:57 to go in the first half of a scoreless game. Talking with a lot of kids, a lot of them come up to Jay Clark's Wednesday nights in the Penn Hill Shopping Center whenever we tape the Coach's Corner. And you talk with a lot of kids, not only there, but also at practice and before and after the games. You talk to them, and with everyone with whom you speak, it's always team goals, team goals. What will the team do? What do we want the team to do? We want the team to go to Three Rivers. We want the team to go to Altoona. It's all team-oriented, and there aren't very many, if any, individuals on this football team.
Well, Bill, you hate to parallel high school sports with professional sports, but after Rod Woodson and Neil O'Donnell were hurt, Mike Tomczak said, football is the biggest team game going. It's absolutely true. You need 22 men every night and more. 22 starters, but you need a lot more than that. And it is a team game. Individual goals just don't cut it. Yeah, they look nice, but it's wins and it's championships that count. And you have to get that attitude instilled in your players, and you like to see it, and you like to hear them talk about it.
When I talked to Victor Strader about his touchdown run of 40 yards last week, he spoke of the blocks to get him open. And again, speak of the devil, there is Victor Strader getting close to the 10-yard line. But he was talking about the block that was able to spring open the 46 belly, as they call it, to spring him to the outside where it was just all running. And a lot of kids you'll talk to say it was just burst of speed to the outside, but he was just talking to his
told
lineman.
us the hole was there, and I think this size 46 belly right here could have got through that hole. But see, individual stats, you say, well, Dwayne Strader had 177 yards. You got to credit his blocking, and it was a combination of both last week, his talent and great blocking.
Rarely do you pick up that many yards without blocking. Lenny Gilmer on the bootleg to the right, gets away from Wanderoos. Lenny Gilmer cuts to the inside, touchdown, Penn Hills. Wanderoos had Gilmer in the backfield. Nice effort by the quarterback, Lenny Gilmer, to get it into the end zone. 12 yards, 6 points, the Indians on the board.
And we talked about Lenny Gilmer being the other man in the backfield. He has that great athletic ability, and you showed it there, breaking away from Wanderoos in the backfield. It was all individual effort, and Lenny Gilmer into the end zone, 6-0 Penn Hills.
Zakia will attempt the point after out of the Victor Strader hold. Good snap, good hold, good kick. The ball is good. Just over the crossbar. And Zakia adds on a tough extra point. 5:12 to go in the first half, 7-0 Penn Hills. And a nice drive by the Penn Hills Indians. They began that drive on their own 16-yard line.
They did, and they picked up all the yardage on the ground. Penn Hills goes 7 plays.
The Indians have attempted 1 pass so far in this game.
To cover 84 yards. That's, yes, 1 pass. It was the pass to Graham. They've thrown 4 in each game, so.
They're 2 of 8 on the season.
So we mentioned the 15-yard run, and also you tack on the plays in the drive, a 15-yard run, a 31-yarder, a 20-yarder by Strader, and the 12-yard touchdown run by Lenny Gilmer. So big chunks of yardage on the ground that drive for the Indians, and they draw first blood.
So now we'll see how the Raider offense and the Indian defense respond. Zakia to kick off from the 40-yard line.
They got too many on the field. They got too many on the field.
No, he's coming off. He's coming off. We're running out of.
I didn't know you could count that high, Bill.
Seneca Valley had 12 men on the field. One did a nice job to get off. Boylan takes the kickoff at his 15-yard line. Looks to get to the outside at the 30. No room there to go. And that's where he's brought down. Donnie Chichilla in on the tackle.
And on the tackle, number 43, John
John Davidson.
Last week, Chichilla did a nice job seeing his first action this season. Sat out with a muscle pull against Butler in the opening game, and came back last week and had a lot of nice plays against North Hills. And they're on the special teams. He gets the tackle along with John Davidson at the Seneca 30-yard line.
New face on the Penn Hills Indian defensive line, number 68, Phil Kizzy. At right tackle. See if Seneca Valley will run to the new kid on the block, to the clean jersey. Flags fly, Seneca Valley, too much time, I believe.
If it is dead ball, it will be a delayed game. That's 3 penalties on each team. Seneca 3 for 15 yards. Penn Hills 3 for 25.
Penn Hills Indian secondary, Damian Germany, Donnie Chichilla, Dwayne Thompson, and Victor Strader. Can't say enough about the job Justin Cole did in filling in for Dwayne Thompson and others injured.
And Damian Germany, who battled a leg muscle problem in the opening game against Butler.
Jeremy George and B.J. DiNatale at defensive end. Inside handoff to Wanderoos, who goes not much of anywhere, if anywhere. Wanderoos will pick up 2. Second and 13 now for Seneca Valley.
Damon Gibson on the tackle, and he read that nice. It was the inside handoff to Wenderoos, and Gibson held his ground nicely. Hold his Wenderoos to about a gain of a little over 1 yard.
You want to go into your nickel if you stop here?
Again, Seneca Valley in the one-back set. Wanderoos and Boylan in the slot. There goes Boylan. Makes the handoff to him. Jeremy George with the nice pressure, but the pass is completed out to the 36-yard line. Kelly on the pass reception.
It's a nice reception by Kelly.
Rocha did a nice job to get the ball away. Jeremy George with the pressure, being blocked as he was chasing into Rocha. Still third and a long 3. We'll call it 4 yards for Seneca Valley. Clock rolling. 3:23 to go here. First half. 7-0 Penn Hills. Wanderoos in motion. Pitch to Wanderoos on the near side, looking for some running room. He's tripped at the 40-yard line. Falls forward to the 45 as he dives. Picks up the first down. Nice effort by Wanderoos. Keeps the Seneca Valley drive alive at the Penn Hills Indian 45.
I think what the Penn Hills coaching staff is upset about, Dwayne Thompson in the quarterback position is 7, maybe 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, and it's third and about 3. You cannot be that far off. You've got to expect the pass, but in run support, you can't be that far off, and they made a quick pitch, and there was no one there for the Indians. Third first down for Seneca Valley.
Kelly gets hit at the line of scrimmage, runs into his own man, but he's brought down. Mike White, the man with the new tooth.
Is he strong, or is he strong?
Brought down 2 Seneca Valley Raiders.
One-arm tackle
the guard and Wanderoos, and Kelly. Oh, I didn't tell you about Mike White this week. In a film session, he was chewing on a cleat. From a spike, unscrewed a cleat, was chewing on it. Broken molar. He got a new tooth. He's in there playing.
I heard of chewing up the opposition, but that's a bit ridiculous. Each team now burning 2 timeouts. Seneca, or Penn Hills, excuse me, with that timeout.
So the Penn Hills Indians stopping the clock with 2:34 to go in the first half. Perhaps looking at maybe getting the ball back after they stopped the first down play for a loss. Maybe they're thinking big defensive stand, maybe get the ball back and perhaps trying to put some points on the board. Seneca Valley will receive the second half kickoff. Penn Hills Indians took the opening kickoff. I believe Seneca Valley won the toss and deferred to the second half.
I didn't notice. I thought the call was just straight Penn Hills winning the toss and electing to receive.
But he wasn't because he cut up inside the edge.
No. Breaks with their ways for the first 2 games where they had won the toss and deferred. Kelly and Boylan in the back. Wanderers in motion to the near side. Boylan seemed to jump before the ball was snapped, but Rocha brought down in the backfield. Nice pressure by Damon Gibson, Mike White, but Jeremy George with the tackle. And Gibson makes note of
Legal motion, I think.
Yeah.
some blocking in the back. Flags fly.
Looks
like some illegal motion, I think.
2 men in motion at the same time, and with Rocha picking up no yardage, Penn Hills would decline it. That's a smart play.
That they do. It was Boylan jumping too early.
3rd and 11.
So we'll see if Rocha again will go to the air. You would expect it. Still haven't seen any of the big tight end, Ben Crew, number 89. See if perhaps his number will be called. Crew at the end on the near side. Up top on the far side, Brian Davis. Boylan in motion. Rocha fakes the pitch to Boylan, setting up the screen. He has Boylan at the 40. Boylan looking for some blockers, stumbles at the 50, and he's brought down short of the first down. Nice open field tackle by Dwayne Thompson. And Seneca Valley will be short of the first down. We'll see what the coaching staff does now for Seneca Valley. 4th and half a yard as the clock rolls towards 1:45.
A well-disguised screen. They're going to go for it. 4th and less than a yard.
Again, look for the bread and butter play. The misdirection to Kelly up the middle. Wanderers in motion to the near side. And a pitch to Wanderers on the far side. Gets a nice block. He's stuck by Donnie Chichilla. But he appears to have enough for the first down across the 44-yard line.
Indeed he does, and that's the second time. They've had a 3rd down and they pitched out. And this time 4th and short, and they also went to the outside, pitching both times to Wanderers. And it works for Seneca Valley's first down. They keep the drive alive on 4th and less than a yard.
1st and 10, Seneca Valley, 44, 1:20 to go in the first half.
Watch the pass.
We'll see if Seneca Valley can get the playoff. And they do. Kelly looking to pass to Crew, and the ball overthrown. Man downfield, was Anthony Babushi. The Rocha's pass overthrown. Nice coverage by Damien Germany.
Damien was step for step with Babushi on that play. And, a timing pattern all the way. It's just you isolate your man, you try to throw it up there and have a run under it. Rocha's pass just, fortunately for Penn Hills, unfortunately for Seneca, was about 7 yards too far.
Clock stopped, 1:01 to go in the first half. Penn Hills 7, Seneca Valley nothing. Rocha again to throw the football. Looking down the near side, he overthrows Boylan at the 20.
And again, too far.
He appeared to be open. He's in between the coverage of Dwayne Thompson and Victor Strader, with the ball overthrown.
Well, sometimes if you get a pattern like that, you can break it off instead of trying to run it deep. If Boylan stops and cuts it off between the seam and the zone, it's a completion. They tried to run it deep, and again, Rocha's passed too far.
So now 3rd and 10 with 56 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see if Rocha throws the football again. Rocha rolling to his left. Looking downfield for Crew. Crew open at the 36-yard line. Excuse me, it's the 26-yard line. The officials say that's where he catches it and goes out of bounds.
Flag is down.
Flag down in the backfield. Jeremy George gets up limping.
And maybe an illegal block on Kelly.
And Kelly is saying, who, me, what? So apparently the reception will be for naught. The penalty will be marked off against Seneca Valley. We'll see exactly what the call will be. And it is an illegal block.
And the line of scrimmage was the 44, over the 44, almost the 43, but the penalty flag was dropped at about midfield, so it will take place from there. So you minus off those 6 yards, add them on, and it's a 21-yard penalty.
So 47 seconds to go in the first half. Third and I-279 to go here for Seneca Valley. Do you expect them to put the ball in the air, or do you maybe a little running play to try to turn off the clock?
Draw play.
Penalty is assessed at the spot of the foul. 15-yard penalty.
My thoughts exactly. Keep the ball on the ground, make Penn Hills use their final timeout.
If indeed they will, and Penn Hills, they'll take the lead going into halftime either way if they do take a draw play, because it's, as you said, fourth and a whole lot of yardage for Seneca, although they got triple wide receivers out here. Actually 4 wide receivers out in the game.
Kelly in motion, and Rocha will throw the football. The ball batted at the line of scrimmage. Damon Gibson gets the hands up, bats the ball down.
Penalty, I believe, will be an illegal formation, maybe an illegal motion.
Who blocked it?
Against Seneca Valley, so Penn Hills will decline that, definitely. Legal procedure.
So Damon Gibson gets the big paw up into the air, and that's what you teach the linemen.
45 seconds, let me put you on the spot, Bill. Do you go for a return, or do you go for a punt block?
I'd go for the return, because you block the punter. I believe it's an automatic first down.
Well, if you rough the punter.
If you rough
if
the
you
punt.
block the punt.
Well, we have Victor Strader out at the 40-yard line. You're going to get in decent field position to begin with. I think you try to set up the return.
Okay.
But I'm not a coach.
Just wanted to put you on the spot, that's all. Conjecture. We can be armchair quarterbacks.
We're allowed.
Even though we have stools up here. But indeed, no.
They're going for it. It's
third down. So the penalty is a dead ball foul, I guess.
Okay.
Is what it has to be.
So now we'll probably see them run the football, and they do. Don Kelly up the middle looking for some blockers, and he gets brought down by Ronnie Graham and the official at the 37-yard line. Now it's fourth down with 35 seconds to go. Clock continues to roll. The Indians do not use their final timeouts.
Penn Hill's fortunate because they had their punt unit on. Illustrator was just back playing center field in a prevent-type defense.
So the Indians will be happy to let the ball out, let the ball run out, unless the Indians call a timeout to make them kick.
Timeout.
So the Indians call timeout with 8 seconds to go.
I think
maybe they're just hoping for a good return.
well, if you let that run off, that's it. You're taking one shot. It's kind of like letting the clock run down and throwing a long bomb. Should they fumble on maybe the punt exchange, then Seneca Valley would have that much more time. This way, if the ball was batted around and knocked down on the fumble, should Seneca recover, the half will end. So you're taking your shot at a return play for a touchdown. Make sense?
Sure. But still, unless the punt is returned for a touchdown, this will be the final play of the half.
Or unless there's
a penalty.
Yes.
Because if he's down, no matter where he's down, the clock will start once the ball is set. The Indians can't stop it. Of course, you're allowed to down the football now, but
once the ball's
how much time are you going to have?
Once the ball is kicked, it'll also start.
So the half may expire before
hang
the
time
ball's
about
even
4
caught.
seconds. You're going to have a 3 seconds, even if he fields the ball Strader or Thompson, and they fall down.
The Indians setting up the return. The ball kicked on the way to Dwayne Thompson, but the ball will go out of bounds. No, it won't. Thompson kicks it, receives it at the 36-yard line, spins, and brought down at the 26-yard line. Returns of about 4 yards, but that'll be the end of the first half, with Penn Hills in the lead by a score of 7-0.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your halftime enjoyment this evening, the Penn Hills School District proudly presents the 1995-96 Penn Hills High School Marching Band. Under the field direction of drum majors Beth Petrovsky and Ruth Ross, the band will celebrate the exciting city of New York in that wonderful American musical style, the Broadway musical. To open their show this evening, the ever familiar New York, New York. Next comes the music of Broadway in the selection on Broadway. The exciting, well-known melody, Luxury Lady, will feature the band's rhythmic majorette and color guard, and will close this evening's show. Trumpet soloists this evening are Guido DeSalvo and Jessica Reynolds. And now, please welcome to the field, the Penn Hills High School Marching Band.
The Penn Hills Indians warming up as the second half about to get underway here at Seneca Valley High School. Once again, along with Bob Orquist, I'm Bill Navari. Great to have you along on a beautiful Friday night for Penn Hills Indians football, where they lead the Seneca Valley Indians by a score of 7-0. And Bob, not a great first half for the Penn Hills Indians, but they are in the lead.
Yeah, indeed, they are. It took them a while to get started, and defensively, they're doing the job. Offensively, they have outgained Seneca Valley 2-1. All Penn Hills yardage in the first half came via the ground. 149 yards rushing, 35 for Victor Strader, 79 for Dwayne Thompson, 23 for Ronnie Graham, and a 12-yard touchdown run for Lenny Gilmer. For Seneca Valley, they have 54 yards rushing, 21 via the air for 75 yards. Don Kelly, their big gainer, 9 carries, 33 yards. And Wayne Rocha, their quarterback, 2 of 6 for 21 yards. Penn Hills leading in the first downs, 7-4. Neither team turned the ball over, and penalty-wise, Seneca Valley 5 for 35, Penn Hills 3 for 25. But a nice job running the football. Except for the first 2 drives, Penn Hills was pretty much stymied. But their last 2 drives, an 11-play drive where they turned the ball over on downs, and a 7-play drive where they scored the touchdown. But they've done a great job running the football.
Of course, save for a few inches, the Penn Hills Indians could have 2 touchdowns on the board. The Penn Hills Indians only pass of the game just off the fingertips, as a matter of fact, of Ronnie Graham, who was wide open at the 30-yard line. No one around him for at least 10, 15.
Girl, I want you now forever.
Well,
he looks like he's 22, so.
Looks good for his young age. Penn Hills Indians will be moving right to left here in the third quarter, donning the white jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets. The Seneca Valley Raiders, teal pants, navy jerseys with the teal numbers and teal helmets. Of course, we would be remiss if we did not thank the Penn Hills Booster Association and Jay Clark's at the Penn Hills Shopping Center for help to sponsor tonight's football game. If you would like to help sponsor Penn Hills Indians football, contact any Penn Hills Indian booster. And the second half underway as the Penn Hills Indians' Dave Zakia kicks off to Adam Boylan at the 20-yard line. Boylan with some running room up the gut. Tough to bring down, but he is brought down at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Seneca Valley Raiders, will take over.
I'm also tempted to say Seneca Valley Indians, especially after last week where we had the battle of Indians versus Indians. But 37-yard line will be the Raiders.
Particularly with a name like Seneca.
Best starting field position of the evening. Not their best overall, however.
Trip wide receivers to the near side. Kelly, the lone setback. Penn Hills Indians making the defensive adjustments. First man through as Kelly bobbles the ball, but he's hit by Ronnie Graham as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He'll still pick up about 4. Ball squirts loose after the whistle. Seneca Valley will keep the football with a second and a short 6.
Super Junior Ronnie Graham on the tackle, and Delrico Fletcher, the Super Junior from Woodland Hills, had a great week last week, and we talked in the Butler game. Penn Hills fans in for a treat. They're going to see a lot of talent, and that matchup comes on later down the line. Of course, the task at hand right now, Seneca Valley.
Rocha throws out to the near side, overthrows Adam Boylan. Ronnie Graham on the coverage. Brings up third down for Seneca Valley.
7th pass attempted by Rocha. He's 2 of 7, 21 yards. Did have a big pass play of about 27 yards that was negated by a clipping penalty. Matter of fact, both teams had big plays negated by clipping penalties in the first half.
Our source on the sideline says the completion was out of bounds. Rocha again to the near side. Pass is completed out to Babushi, but it will be short of the first down. And we'll see if Seneca Valley will go for it, since I believe they will. It'll be 4th and about a foot.
And twice before, when Seneca Valley went for it on 3rd and about 3 and 4th and short, they swept to the right side. The right side this time will be the short side of the field, but both times.
By those who are in.
So we suspect they will sweep, perhaps to the far side. Donald Kelly, the lone setback with Wonderoos and Boylan. And he'll keep it, and he didn't get it. Rocha kept it, he stopped.
Mike White, Corey Connors.
And Damon Gibson also, there's Hoggy Livingston coming from the bottom of the pile. Livingston submarined Rocha to get the feet out where White, Connors, and Gibson.
It's going to be close.
Can stack them. He doesn't get it. He is just shy of the 48-yard line.
There ain't no way they're going to get this.
He needed a half a foot.
No, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. The spot, they gave him the spot of the football. He's going to get it by about a half a yard. And that's exactly what it is.
Gratuitous at best on the spot.
That was definitely a gift.
Well, here's what happened. I think his forward progress initially was there, but he got knocked back and he kept going. So that should eliminate that forward progress. If you keep your feet going. If he had stopped there and then got pushed back, it's one thing.
In the third quarter. 7-0 Penn Hills over Seneca Valley, along with Bob Orquist. I'm Bill Navarre. Great to have you along on a beautiful Friday evening near Harmony, Pennsylvania. Wonderoos in motion. First man through again is Kelly, and Kelly has stood up just over the line of scrimmage. Looked like Hoggy Livingston. We'll see him once he gets up out of the play, and it is Hoggy. Suwee Hoggy, he made himself a nice play, stopping Kelly for about a yard gain.
He just did it again.
And the coaches are unhappy about something.
They're upset about they're giving too much forward progress, they're saying, on these spots.
Step forward when he marched the ball.
The running back is, or the runner for Seneca Valley is apparently stopped further back, and they're giving him extra yardage. That is what their beef is.
There goes the sweep to Boylan. He picks up the first down. We'll see where they mark the football. Should be shy of the 40, and they mark it at the 40. First down, Seneca Valley. I believe this is their best drive of the evening so far. Wonderoos in motion. Roche is going to throw, setting up the screen again. Perhaps another ball batted at the line of scrimmage. Wonderoos still able to catch the ball at the 36-yard line. Looked like Gibson again got the bat on it.
Hurry up offense, hurry up offense.
4-yard pickup, and looks like a semi-hurry-up offense for Seneca Valley. Perhaps trying to avoid the painful delay call. Huddling not far off the line of scrimmage. Rocha under center. Wonderoos and Kelly in the backfield. Wonderoos gives to Boylan on the misdirection sweep handoff. And Boylan is brought down close to the first down.
Could be short by about a yard.
By about a foot.
We've seen that before.
So third and half a yard.
Misdirection, quick handoff, inside reverse by Seneca, and they are 3rd and 1. And they're marching the football.
Again, it's Wanderers on the near side. Wanderers slips in the backfield. The ball should be marked at about the 32-yard line where his knee hits, and the officials will mark it inside the 30. Oh, what a poor spot by the officials. The knee went down at the 32-yard line. In high school football, when the knee goes down, you're down, and Wanderers slipped and his knee went down at the 32. A 3-yard gift by the officials keeps Seneca Valley alive at the Penn Hills 29-yard line. It's hard to beat 11 men in the officials, Bob. Takes a sweep to Boylan, inside handoff to Kelly, who gets maybe 2.
John Kelly on the carry for Seneca Valley on the 35.
Mike White on the stop, 2-yard gain for Dan Kelly and or Don Kelly, and this will be the 12th play of the drive, and that matches Seneca Valley's longest possession play-wise. And I'm sure barring a turnover, they will equal that, but 2nd and long now, and it's a kind of a key down here for the Indian defense.
Again, it's Boylan in motion to the far side. Rock is going to throw. He has Boylan in the flat, but he's looking downfield, and the ball almost picked off. Victor Strader had it, but it was knocked out of his hands by his own teammate, Dwayne Thompson. Strader had the interception, but Thompson coming flying in, apparently not seeing Strader, and knocked the ball right out of his hands.
Well, you can't really blame him for that because he is on...
Lay your head back on.
In the secondary, that is.
3rd and 8 for Seneca. Wanderers. Inside handoff to Boylan, and Boylan is going to be stacked for a loss. Boylan brought down by Corey Connors, Mike White, but the main hit, Damian Germany. Now 4th down for Seneca. 4th and 9 from their own 28-yard line.
Be about a 45-yard field goal. I don't think Babushi has a leg like that. Penn Hills has taken their first time out of the second half.
So it'll be 4th and 9. The Penn Hills Indians use their first time out of the second half with 6:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca Valley on the opening drive here in the second half.
Started at their own 37, and they're now at the Penn Hills 28. But they had a 4th and short, way less than a yard, 4th and about 6 inches earlier, and they got the first down barely on that play. This time, 4th and 8.
Of course, just a few plays ago, Wanderers slips at the 32. The knee goes down, dives to the 29, and the officials mark it at the 29.
I'd have to be interested to see that replay. I'm not exactly sure his knee hit. It's tough. It's a judgment call, obviously. It was close. I'll tell you that, but. He put his arm down. Now, if his knee hit, then definitely he should have been marked 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It happened so quick, though. It was tough, I guess, to pick up on. You know, I'd have to.
I was focused in on him with the Minoltas here, and it looked like he went down to me.
I'll take your word for it. We'll have to look for that in the replays.
Devon Gibson pleading the case to the officials.
So was Ronnie Graham.
See what Roca does. There's Wanderers. See if it's a sweep this way. No. Roca's going to throw. There's the screen to Wanderers on the near flat. Hoggy Livingston's going to bring him down at the 29 for no gain. The Indians will take over with a big defensive stand inside the 30-yard line. And that should take a lot of steam out of Seneca Valley's balloon.
Indeed, a great defensive stand after bending but not breaking. And Seneca Valley almost takes 6 minutes off the clock. But Penn Hills gets tough inside their own territory, not exactly that deep. They'll take over their first possession. And I'm sure that they would like nothing better to answer with a long drive of their own.
Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, Penn Hills 7, Seneca Valley nothing.
Not that they would complain with a long touchdown run here.
Anything to put points on the board. Lenny Gilmer looking to throw. He's going deep, and he has Ronnie Graham, and again the ball's overthrown. Ronnie Graham led up at about the 50. And Ronnie is down on the far side of the field. He pulled up. It looked like he was limping on the near side. If he kept in stride, he had the ball.
We're going to keep an eye on him, and I want to come back to that play in a second when I get a chance to talk about it. And yeah, how it was well disguised. Just prod me on that, would you, William?
Certainly.
Not literally, you understand.
I have the cattle prod in my briefcase. I formation. This time it's Dwayne Thompson up the middle. Thompson stays on his feet and gets across the 35-yard line. Nice run by the little man.
Leading ground carrier or ground gainer, ball carrier on the evening. 8 carries for 86 unofficially for Dwayne.
Picks up 7. Now, how did they disguise it?
3 short. What they did was they ran Chinchilla out into that zone, and Graham came from behind him, and trying to hopefully Chinchilla drew the 2 defensive backs to him, and Graham came and cleared out the spot where Chinchilla had cleared out. It was an interesting play.
Dwayne Thompson spins close to the first down. We'll see if the officials mark it for the Indians as they do for the Raiders.
What I was trying to tell you is Chinchilla went to the area, tried to clear the defensive backs out, and Graham came into the area where Chinchilla had attempted to clear them out, but there was one defensive back who stayed with Graham. And we'll see how he's doing on the sidelines. It's going to be very, very close to Penn Hill's first down. We're going to have another measurement. Graham's
still down
over
side
there by that kicking net.
My guess is if he did hurt himself, he pulled a groin.
And that's indeed what he seems to be favoring, a right groin.
Now, let's not forget last year, Ronnie Graham played, remember in the McKeesport game, he caught a touchdown in the second quarter, separated his shoulder on the play, and played the remainder of the game basically with one arm.
Incidentally, Penn Hill's short by about a half a yard, and I think it's a good call. People say a half a yard, you got to go for it. Too early in the second half to do that.
Not at your own 38-yard line.
Too early in the second half to do that.
I mean, you could fake a punt, but I don't think you would want to.
Or you can attempt to draw Seneca offside.
That you can. You know, Dave Zakia has been booting the ball very well so far this season. So I'm sure they would have no regrets about moving him back 5 yards so they can draw Seneca Valley off. Try it on the cadence, but they don't. Zakia gets the ball on a nice snap, and he booms the ball high, but short. See if he can get to Penn Hill's bounce. It'll take a Seneca Valley bounce at the 40. The Indians should down it. And they finally do. The Raiders will take over at their own 42 with 4:36 to go here in the third quarter. The Indians up by a touchdown.
And they'll maybe miss Ronnie Graham if he doesn't come in with that sore groin muscle. Let's see who takes his place in the lineup. Oh, he's back in there.
Oh, he is.
You can see him favoring that leg a little bit, but he's a gamer. You mentioned, Bill, you play with a separated shoulder, you got a high tolerance for pain.
The kid is a gamer. There we have. He's only a junior. Kelly, the first man through, gets some running room, and oh! Victor Strader.
He'll get a little 21 tattooed on his chest.
This changed Kelly's 33 into a 21.
Of course, you like to see that about 6 yards closer to the line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, big-time stick by Victor.
I like to see it as soon as he gets the football in his arms.
Ball exactly at midfield.
And again, it's Kelly, and again, Kelly gets stuck close to the line. Ronnie Graham with the initial hits. Mike White brings him down. Close to a first down. It'll be third and very short.
They actually moved it back.
They moved it back. They did. They blew the whistle. So finally, the Indians get a break with the officials. That helps.
So third and now one, maybe 1.5.
Short 2.
Short 2, long 1.
Sweep to Boylan to the far side.
It's your call.
Up.
Yep.
Sweep to Wonderoos on the near side. Wonderoos gets the first down. I expected him to go to the long side of the field, but instead they come to the short side.
They've been very effective with that. That is their third down play. There's a quick, they're up at the line already, so that's kind of a no huddle.
They're huddling a scant 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And if they're Seneca Valley, you're a Seneca Valley fan, you're hoping they're whispering the play.
Rocca barks the signals. First man through again is Kelly. Kelly is stood up and stuck. Hoggy Livingston, Ronnie Graham. And down at the bottom of the pile, BJ Hands DiNatale.
Give Kelly one, and he's been pretty much held in check since an initial 19-yard run. Penn Hill's linebackers very active tonight, making a lot of tackles.
T-Rex coming into the game. On the far side of the field, number 37, Devon Morrell. Finally replacing Jeremy George. Yes, Wanderers in motion. Rocha looking to throw downfield. He has Boylan at the 25. It should be an offensive interference play. Touchdown, Seneca Valley. But Dwayne Thompson is motioning that it will be offensive pass interference. It's
definitely going to be offensive pass interference.
Boylan pulled Dwayne Thompson to the inside to make the touchdown, to catch, and it will be offensive pass interference.
Yep,
that
indeed.
Is the call. And the Indians remain in the lead. So now they mark this off from the line of scrimmage, I believe.
It's an obvious call.
It was clearly.
I'll tell you what, that's a good, well-disguised play. Rocha took the handoff. He looked left all the way, did not even look to his right, came back and threw it up, and it was good coverage, but the offensive pass interference call will negate the touchdown for the Seneca Valley Raiders.
Seneca Valley faithful.
Sorry to disappoint their fans, but it's a good call. But it's a great call offensively. That's a great play because you're looking left, you're looking left, and everyone is expected to come left. You turn around, bang, you throw the pass right, and it worked. Well, save for the interference. Yes, he did have the coverage.
Man for man on Boylan downfield.
He's the only one, obviously, that had to stay there on the coverage.
Looked like Thompson was in a position to intercept the football until Boylan actually pulled him aside to come up and catch the football.
Would have been a jump ball situation, definitely.
Third down and a long way to go for Seneca Valley. They need to get to the Penn Hills 34-yard line. They're on their own 46. Kelly in motion. Rocha gets away from the pressure. Rocha running out from their far side. Hoggy Livingston out with the pressure, and Victor Strader says, "How do you do?" Stopping Rocha well short of the first down at the Penn Hills 47-yard line. It'll be fourth and about 14.
Rocha might have speed, but definitely not more speed and not more closing speed than Victor Strader, who said, "Hello, how do you do?" We'll give Rocha about a dozen yards on that, and here comes the punt team for Seneca.
Clock rolling, 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. Penn Hills 7, Seneca Valley nothing. Along with Bob Orquist, Bill Navari, Kevin Burke producing tonight's football game. And Babushi back to punt. And he does kick. Nice high spiraling kick. Thompson fumbles the football at the 20-yard line. It looks like Seneca Valley will take over there. Dwayne Thompson muffs the punt. Seneca Valley will recover at the 15-yard line.
Sean Chandler, and what an inopportune time for the first turnover of the year for Penn Hills. That'll give Seneca first down at the Penn Hills 15. 59 seconds left in the third quarter.
So now we will see how the Penn Hills Indians defense will respond. Jeremy George back into the game. Right defensive end, left defensive end, BJ DiNatale. The big boys up front, Connors, Gibson, and White. First man through again is Kelly. He picks up maybe 2 yards. Damian Germany and Ronnie Graham on the stop.
And number 33, Jeremy George on the stop for Penn Hills.
Graham, Germany, and Hoggy Livingston, the linebackers. Strader, Thompson, Chichilla. The defensive secondary. Timeout on the field. The officials, I believe, will confer. Oh, they're going over to talk with Dwayne Thompson. Seeing if he's okay.
It's pulling his calf, so they were checking to see if he had a cramp, which we saw a ton of last week for Penn Hills.
Well, the coaching staff has been feeding the kids bananas every day. It's your daily banana. It looks like Rocca's going to throw towards that side. Oh, and boy, it drops the football.
Penn Hills coaching staff wanting an offensive pick, saying the man picked the guy off, and they had Boylan out there to get open, saying he was picked to get open, but incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8. Just around the 13.
They saw Dwayne Thompson having some calf problems, and they throw the football his way.
You got to call that smart.
Look for him to perhaps go that way again. And here they go. Under pressure from behind is Rocha. Rocha throwing end zone, the ball batted away at the goal line. They threw it again to Dwayne Thompson, and he bats it away from Ben Crew at the goal line. Nice play again by the little guy. And now Seneca Valley will have a 4th and 8 from the Penn Hills 13 as we start the 4th quarter. Again, after 3 quarters of play, Penn Hills 7, Seneca Valley nothing. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Penn Hills 7, Seneca Valley nothing. Seneca Valley driving, but with a 4th and 8 on the Penn Hills, we'll call it the 14-yard line, along with Bob Orquist on Bill Navari. Great to have you along on a huge Whitfield Friday night game of the week.
31-yard field goal attempt for Tony Babushi. He has a strong leg. He's kicking from the left hash mark. Bad snap.
The kick falls well short. As you said, Bob, it was a bad snap on the play. Babushi had a double clutch. Did a nice job to get the kick off, but the ball falls short of the crossbar. Had the direction on the double clutch, but the ball just fell short.
Well, obviously, when you're going to double clutch like that, you're going to get not as near enough of leg strength as you need. And the kick was strong, but definitely not strong enough. It was on line, but incomplete or in short. And Penn Hills dodges a bullet. Their first turnover of the year doesn't hurt. They took over now at their own 20, and I'm sure they're going to try to march some time off the clock and get a little momentum going offensively.
Victor Strader flies over the top.
The linebacker stopping and filling.
Soars for about 4. And the Indians could use a very long drive and put some points on the scoreboard. Split backs, Livingston and Strader. Pitch to Strader on the near side. Strader cuts back to the inside with some running room. Victor Strader, 40, 50, 2 men to beat Victor Strader. Victor Strader, 30, 25, 20. Victor Strader brought down from behind by Adam Boylan at the 16-yard line. Oh my, flags everywhere at midfield. But Victor Strader, what a run by the young man. 2 flags at midfield.
It's going to negate a 56-yard run. It'll still be a first down, but Strader will have 56 yards, being cut down to about 16. Still a first down for the Indians, but you try to just drill that into players' heads. Once the play gets down the line of scrimmage, do not block from behind, and sometimes it's easier said than done. If they go from the 49, take 15 back, it's still going to be a first down for the Indians.
But instead of having 1st and 10 on the Seneca Valley 16, it will be 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. So it's a pickup of 8 yards.
From their own 36.
On 36, excuse me. It'll be a
So you go
pickup
from
of 13.
the 16, you're losing about 50 yards.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
So Victor gets a 56-yard gain, which would have put him close to 100 yards, negated or cut down to a 13-yarder.
They should come right back with the same play. Pitch to Dwayne Thompson on the far side. Thompson spins through the line of scrimmage. Hold on to that ball, little guy. And he does. Picks up about 6. And the Indians look like they're starting to get into their game.
Well, Victor Schrader to get a well-deserved rest, and he pitched to Thompson. He picks up 5, sizable gain on first down, and that's the kind of play you want. They've had tremendous success running to the outside, although the Schrader run was a good individual effort between the tackles.
I formation now for the Indians. Livingston with Thompson. Second man through is Dwayne Thompson. That's Victor Schrader. Where did he come from?
He was in the slot. A well-disguised play.
Schrader picks up a first down. Nice play calling by the Indians coaching staff. Gives the Indians a first down close to midfield on their own 49 with 10:09 to go on a running clock here in the fourth quarter. The Indians up 7-0.
Gotta like that new wrinkle. And as soon as I saw him in the slot, I kind of expected that play to be called, and they faked it to the first man through, and he came in from the slot. A nice play.
They ran that play a lot last season with Sean Bonner. And that was great success.
That is correct.
Now Victor Schrader, wearing Sean Bonner's old number, picks up the first down. And this time, again, it is Dwayne Thompson who crosses over midfield. We'll give him a pickup of 2. And the Indians again continue to turn seconds off that clock.
I got Thompson at 11 carries and 91 yards.
91 yards for Dwayne Thompson.
Make it 90.
90 yards for Dwayne Thompson. We weren't even sure if he was going to play tonight. B.J. DiNatale in the slot on the near side, I formation. That's DiNatale in motion. Ronnie Graham blocking. Again, it's Dwayne Thompson with another 2 yards, picking them up the hard way. Now third down for the Indians. Call it 3rd and a long 6 on Seneca Valley's 48-yard line. Clock rolling under 9 minutes. We have 8:47 on a running clock. And we'll see if the Indians will put the ball into the air.
Or will they run to the outside?
4 receivers for the Indians.
No one in the
5
backfield.
receivers for the Indians. Lenny Gilmer on the quarterback keeper, and he stopped in the backfield. That play fooled nobody, and Gilmer will lose a yard. And looks like the Indians will punt the ball back to Seneca Valley. And what a turn of events. The penalty at midfield has caused this drive.
Yes, indeed. That's the second big play for Penn Hills tonight, negated by a clipping penalty. This one damaging, but not as damaging. But Sakia comes in the punt, and Penn Hills will have to regroup and suck it up again on defense. They've done an excellent job defensively tonight.
10 minutes, the line of scrimmage for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Setting up the return, Dave Zakia with a nice high punt. Hits at the 20-yard line, but takes a Seneca Valley bounce back to the 30.
Ball takes a Seneca Valley bounce down at the 30-yard line.
So the Indians give Seneca Valley about 16 yards on the punt. Indians had the ball on about the 46-yard line. Seneca Valley takes over to 30. So the unfortunate bounce does not do Dave Zakia justice.
It's true, that was his best punt of the evening.
Nice high kick. Now we'll see what... There goes the inside reverse again. This time Boylan cut it through the outside. Holds that football out like a loaf of bread, which could be dangerous. But on the inside reverse, they pick up 4.
Good submarine tackle by Damian Germany. That's twice, and Boylan ran that effectively the first time. This time, it was all individual effort. He stepped up and made a tackler miss at the line of scrimmage. He picked up all those 4 yards on his own.
Seneca Valley with no turnovers on the game tonight. Penn Hills with 1. Be a nice time for Seneca Valley to turn the football over. Boylan in motion. First man through is Kelly. But Corey Connors brings him down. The line of scrimmage. Call it no gain, maybe a half-yard loss. 3rd and a long 5 now for Seneca Valley. Approaching 6.5 to go in the football game. Again, remember, this year we do have overtime. So Seneca Valley is able to put the ball in the end zone. It will be interesting whether they go for the 1 or the 2. Wayne Rocca, the quarterback, number 12. Wonderoo's in motion. Rocca's going to throw the football, looking for Wonderoo's in the flat. And Jeremy George was all over him, and Ronnie Graham was fast approaching. I think Wonderoo's insurance agent was thankful that ball was overthrown.
And George was doing a great job just pursuing. He didn't really see the ball coming, but he was in the right place. He smelled screen, didn't react to the ball, just went to play the man, and he was in the right place. And I'm sure if the ball was caught, Graham would have been able to make the tackle. But excellent play by Jeremy George, and they will force Seneca Valley to punt the football back.
But Seneca Valley will go for it on 4th and a long 5. No, they will. There's Babushi dropping back into the punt formation. 4th and close to 6 for Seneca Valley. The Indians... Oh, his knee was down when you allowed to do that. The punt is blocked by Ronnie Graham. Ronnie Graham picks up the ball at the 20, 15. Babushi to beat it to 5. Babushi not able to get Ronnie Graham down. Touchdown, Penn Hills. Ronnie Graham blocks the punt, picks it up at the 20, rambles for the 6 points. The Indians up 13-0 with 6:02 to go. And what a time for the Indian defense to shine, and Ronnie Graham, what a game he's had tonight.
Special teams, they made a difference in the game. Graham blocks the punt, 21-yard punt block return. He did it all. He came up to the line of scrimmage. You could see him edging in, and he got between the center and the guard, got through untouched, blocks the punt, picked it up, strong enough to just take Babushi on his back from about the 4-yard line, and he goes into the end zone. Graham's 3rd touchdown, first on special teams. A big turn of events. Penn Hills now with a 13-zip lead.
Victor Strader to hold. Dave Zakia for the point after. Allow me to ask you a question after the kick here. Kick is up, and good. 14-0 now, Penn Hills over Seneca Valley with 6:02 to go, 4th quarter. Bob, now correct me if I'm wrong, in high school football, the knee goes down when you have the ball, you are down, except if you're the punter.
No.
Or the punter as well. If he catches the ball and his knee's down, he should be down.
He's down.
So, fortunately for Penn Hills, the officials were giving Seneca Valley a break because Babushi caught the ball on his knees, got up to kick the ball. Ronnie Graham punts it, runs it in for a touchdown.
Blocks it. Should be officially ruled down.
It should have been rolled down. So, in giving Seneca Valley a break, they give Penn Hills the big break.
Well, earlier, you were talking about the knee of Wonderoo's being down. This time, they didn't call it that time. They didn't call it this time, and it works in Penn Hills' favor. And a big second touchdown, a little breathing room now for the Indians. 14-0 lead. And Zakia, who added the extra point, will come on to kick the ball off to Seneca Valley. And a big momentum changer there, and I think Seneca Valley is going to try to look to open it up a lot more offensively now that they trail by 2 touchdowns.
Zakia's kick high and deep, taken by Kelly at the 10, 20, 30, looking for some running room up the middle. Kelly still on his feet. Zakia in chase. And Don Kelly with a nice return gets into Penn Hills territory at the 48-yard line. And the Penn Hills coaching staff agreeing that they got a break on the non-call on the blocked punt.
Well, you didn't want to give up that big return. But the defense, once again, they're doing the job all night. They're going to have to do it again. Seneca Valley starting at the Penn Hills 49-yard line.
So Seneca Valley needs 2 touchdowns and 2 point afters to just simply tie. They go with trip receivers to the near side. Lone setback is Kelly. Rocha looking for Babushi at the 42-yard line.
They'll pick up 7, and what the Penn Hills coaching staff is saying, when they line up trips, they have a pick play going on, and if you pay close attention, it is indeed, you cannot get in the way and interfere for your fellow receivers. That is offensive pass interference.
Expect Rocha to throw the football again. The first man through is Kelly on the quick draw. Ball bounces into the air, but Kelly able to pull it down again, but he's brought down at the 30-yard line. First down for Seneca Valley, and they are definitely in a hurry-up mode with 5:21 to go here, 4th quarter. Twin receivers to the far side. Man in motion. Again, it's Kelly up the middle, fools nobody.
He got the ball! He got the ball!
Mike White has the football, he comes out with it. We'll see what the officials have to say. They're going to roll him down.
Kelly a yard gain on that. I didn't really see the ball change hands. It was tough to see in the
play
middle,
went one
middle
way.
mile.
Mike White came the other way with the football. Lee Mullet now into the backfield, but flags fly. We'll mark off 5 against Seneca Valley on the false start. So with Seneca Valley down by 2 touchdowns, under 5 minutes to go, I don't think we're going to see much huddling on the running clock.
Quick at best. They were in kind of a hurry-up offense, and I'm sure they're going to stay into that.
2nd and 13, timeouts called on the field by the Penn Hills Indians. They want to talk over the defense. Perhaps the coaches want to come out and talk with the officials about the pick. See defensive coach Tim Timko out on the field, and there he goes, just mentioning in passing to the officials.
Well, I think the Indians coaching staff up here in the box has seen something tipping off maybe a play by Seneca Valley. So not only watching the pick, but also telling them watch out, to look out for what the Penn Hills coaching staff was pointing out.
You see Coach Tim Timko out on the field. He is one of the most animate coaches you will see anywhere. And makes his points quite clear whenever he does speak.
He's saying that's twice they did that. And actually more than twice. It's been a pick play. It's about 4 times.
And I do believe it's probably why the Indians did call the timeout, just to have Timko able to at least plead the case to the officials, to at least bring it to their attention whether or not they were aware of it.
Well, they brought out several coaches, and the other ones were telling the defensive backs to look out for what they spied out here, what they were able to see up in the press box.
So trip receivers to the far side. Roca looking to throw the football. He's looking deep, and the ball will be picked off at the 5-yard line with flags flying. Victor Strader at the 5, and he's going to be brought down there by Boylan. Victor Strader still on his feet, and I'm surprised no whistle's been called.
We had a second flag go down. I don't know if it's for the same penalty or not. We'll have to see if those sort this one through. I don't know if they can call. They call pass interference, and the ball was in no way going to get caught.
And the ball, it is pass interference against Penn Hills. Ball well overthrown and into the arms of Victor Strader. So it'll be 10 yards marked off against the Penn Hills Indians. It will not be an automatic first down, I believe. It's simply the 10 yards. 15 yards. Well, then it will be the first down 'cause it's 13 to go.
It should put him right at the first down marker.
A yard fast because it is 2nd and 13.
That's correct.
It could have been either one of them, that's right. It could have been either one of them, they're both there.
Penn Hills coaching staff not arguing the call. We are allowed.
We weren't arguing, just questioning. Now maybe that's why it wasn't catchable.
Perhaps. Official timeout now on the field.
Interesting change of events.
As they move the chains. But the fact remains, 4:28 to go, 4th quarter. Penn Hills 14, Seneca Valley zip. And I still wonder why Seneca Valley only printed the first 74 numbers of the Penn Hills Indian roster. Twins right. First down for Seneca Valley.
Ball loose. Damian Germany on the recovery.
Lee Mullet, the ball carrier. The ball is stripped. Damian Germany coming up with a big play. The Indians will take over. 1st and 10 with 4:18 to go in the 4th quarter. And Seneca Valley has to be reeling.
Kind of an inopportune time for Lee Mullet to have his first carry, but I noticed that Don Kelly was on the sidelines on his back stretching out, so maybe that's why Mullet was in the ball game. Disaster for Seneca.
The Indians need to reel off a couple of first downs, and that's what wrapped things up. Split backs. First man through is Strader, and Strader brought down, he's trying to be brought down. He won't be brought down, he'll be stood up by about 8 Raiders.
And and Seneca takes the timeout.
Seneca Valley looking to perhaps strip the ball, causing the turnover. Which they need a turnover, big play badly if they want to get back into this football game. All right, Bob, if the score remains, the Indians will go 3-0 for the first time in 13 years.
Correct.
Going into conference play at 3-0. They have to have a lot of confidence behind them. What do we expect from them in the Quad East?
Well, I wouldn't really change much. Offensively, they're doing what they want to do, not having to throw the football, running the ball well, especially with Gilmer at quarterback running the show, and Strader and Thompson and also Livingston. That's what they want to do. And now add in Ronnie Graham to that mix, and they're playing great defense. And I think that's what they needed. And the key thing is injuries. They really haven't had any debilitating injuries. We've seen cramps here and there. We see Dwayne Thompson with a bruised knee. And tonight we see Ronnie Graham with maybe a slightly pulled groin. But other than that, they've been pretty much unscathed.
And through almost 3 games, they've only had 1 knock-on-wood turnover.
Correct. You gotta be happy with that if you're a Penn Hills coach.
Victor Strader looking for some running room across the left side. Picks up a Penn Hills Indian first down out to the 27-yard line.
Got to be happy with that if you're a Penn Hills coach also.
And do you think we'll see the football put in the air by Neil Gordon?
No, the only time it'll be in the air is when it comes off the ground on the center snap. So they had 4 passes. This is 10 passes now in 3 games. And that's right about average. Penn Hills
0 for 2 tonight?
0 for 2 tonight. And Lenny Gilmer was 2 of 8 coming in tonight's action.
Well, Donnie Chichilla, perhaps the loneliest man in the offense, on the split wide on the near side. Ball given to the second man through, Dwayne Thompson. Thompson picks up, we'll call it 4. Thompson should be approaching the century mark for the game. Bob,
I got him 13 for 100.
13 for 100 yards. Let's give him a couple more carries to make sure we get over that officially.
I'll just send him bust one for about 70 yards here, and then it'll be a no-doubter.
We'll make it 71 to make sure he gets into the end zone. Second man through is Strader, and Strader's brought down at the line of scrimmage, perhaps picking up a half a yard. Seneca Valley burns another timeout. 2:41 to go here in the game, and it's looking grim for the Raiders.
It'll be 3rd and about 6. And Penn Hills will still run the ball. If they pick up a first down, obviously it'll be to their advantage, and they would almost be able to take the time off the clock there. But you want to just try to pick up as much as you can and not turn the football over. That's the key right there. Should you have to punt, you just do not want to turn it over right here.
Scoreboard telling the story. 2:41 to go in the football game. 14-0 Penn Hills with a 3rd and 7 from their own 30. Perhaps a little play action pass. Nah.
No. Perhaps Victor Strader from the slot again. Perhaps.
Perhaps Lenny Gilmer on the bootleg.
Perhaps a sweep to Dwayne Thompson. Can we just go through the entire playbook? We're bound to get it right.
And we can say we called that one. We said that one. Split back formation. Strader and Hoggy Livingston. And Livingston, no, it is Lenny Gilmer. Gilmer was going on the quarterback bootleg, but he's brought down for a loss. The Indians will punt, but I'm sure they're going to let the clock roll down as much as they can. I won't be surprised if they do take a delay.
I don't know if they want to go for a delay, but they're definitely going to be in a safe punt block formation. Seneca Valley obviously is going to have to try to block the punt, and Penn Hills in their blocking scheme will play it safe.
I'm surprised the clock is fast approaching 2 minutes to go in the game, and Seneca Valley is in the return mode. They need points. They need them fast.
Well, maybe they're confident in their return team to get points quick. Penn Hills may choose to take a timeout. Someone woke the Seneca band up all of a sudden. Bill, you were right.
They do take the delay. Burn off all the time you can. One that brings it under 2 minutes, 1:54.
It doesn't happen often, but you were right. Just kidding there, buddy. So they took as much time off as you said, and I still am kind of surprised that they are not going for the punt block.
I'm shocked that they're not.
There's no, absolutely, they got no pressure.
Nice kick. Nice bounce. Boylan lets it go. They should just let the ball sit there until the officials blow it dead, and they do. Knocking off 12 seconds off the clock. So it'll be first down for Seneca Valley. But more importantly, the ball will be on the 29-yard line. They have 71 yards to go.
How about, was that not a better time for a 52-yard punt than for Dave Zakia? That kind of made up for the bad bounce he got last time with a good kick.
Got a horrible bounce on it. He had a nice kick, but ball bounced backwards. Ended up with, what, a 16-yard punt. Rocha, to no surprises, throwing. Mike White in pursuit. Here comes Gibson. Ball thrown out to the near side of the field. Incomplete. Intended for Babushi. White and Gibson in hot pursuit, and I'm sure Rocha wanted to get rid of that ball as soon as he could.
Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't want the ball. Not with those two steaming down on me. They are much larger than I. With the key words being much larger than I. Babushi split to the near side, twin receivers to the right. Kelly in the backfield. Wow. Jeremy George getting the ball up in the air, and the ball is caught by Boylan out close to midfield at the 44-yard line. First down for Seneca Valley. Clock stops to move the sticks with 1:19 to go. And I'm sure the Indians have to be thinking goose egg at this point.
Definitely, it's a pride thing, and you always want to get the SO. And Jeremy George giving all he had to try to get to Rocha on that, and he was airborne.
Rocha's pass intended for Babushi falls incomplete. So far through 3 games, 3 non-conference games, as we said, Seneca Valley has been the only team that has really given Penn Hills fits.
But should things hold the form here, only 7 points allowed in 3 games. And they all came via the talented legs of LeVar Arrington on 169-yard jaunt. Other than that, Penn Hills defense has bent, but they haven't broken.
That is the key.
And the closest Seneca has come to scoring tonight, a missed field goal.
Rocha looking for Babushi across midfield. He gets him at the 49-yard line. Damian Germany keeps him in bounds. That keeps the clock rolling. 104, 103 to go here in the 4th quarter. Can we call it the 4th quarter? Because if somehow Seneca Valley manages to pull into a 14-all deadlock, we could see overtime, but that's highly unlikely. Mike White with nice pressure on the play as fastball is incomplete.
13 attempts passing for Rocha here in the 2nd quarter. It'll be 4th and 4. He has completed 6 of those here in the second half.
Well, unless Seneca Valley makes the first down, I don't think we'll see another.
This is obviously the most important.
We won't see another offensive play by either
Seneca.
team. All Penn Hills would have to do is down it. The clock would run out. So we'll see if Rocha can keep the drive alive with 51 seconds to go here in the game. Again, Rocha's going to throw the ball high and out of bounds. Intended for the cheerleaders, I believe. And the Indians will take over at midfield. So the Indians can wrap this one up, put it in the back pocket. 48 seconds to go. The clock will start once the officials set the sticks. They will have to run one play. Lenny Gilmer's rushing stats will take a loss. But the Indians will get the win in what was touted as the game of the week.
That's what counts, and it was. Seneca Valley did make it interesting, but the Indians did the job. Offensively, they kind of were disjointed in the first half, but
they did. They came out listless, but credit the defense. They bent, but they did not break.
And the big punt block turned it around here in the second half.
Lenny Gilmer stands, goes back 3 yards, drops. Clock continues to roll. That should do it. I don't think Seneca Valley has another timeout. I believe they do. They do have one timeout remaining.
They called it there, so they're going to have to, Penn Hills will have to snap it at least once.
Play clock in high school football is pop quiz.
25 seconds. You don't know, do you? Don't ask me a question and not know the answer. I think it's 25 seconds.
I believe it is 25 seconds.
After the ball is set.
Right. So the Indians need, well, they don't.
But the ball's not always set right away, so
right.
you
The
get about 40
Indians
seconds.
They need to kill 10 seconds with this play, and they don't need to. You know, Lenny Gilmer could take the ball and run backwards to kill the clock. Of course, I'm sure not wanting to go into the end zone to preserve the shutout.
Of course.
But that would.
That was Seneca Valley's last time out. Stop the clock with 35 seconds to go in the game.
So this should be the final play of the football game. Lenny Gilmer drops to one knee, and Don Kelly comes flying in with the torpedo. Ball will be set. Play clock will start at 23 seconds.
Don't have to snap
the Indians don't need to run off another play. That'll be their. They just simply need to watch the clock roll down.
And you look on the sidelines, you saw Neil Gordon come out and give the washout sign, meaning we don't have to snap it, and he applauds his team, and a well-deserved applause that the Indians get.
Watching the sidelines.
And Neil Gordon should be happy. An excellent effort tonight against a stubborn and, you would say, a feisty Seneca Valley team.
And the Indians take the field. A very happy squad as time runs out. And the Penn Hills Indians go 3-0 for the first time since the year I graduated high school, 1982. As they get into the Quad East schedule next week. Final score, Penn Hills 14, Seneca Valley nothing. Dwayne Thompson, nice night rushing tonight.
400 yards, and give Penn Hills, the entire team, credit. They did a great job rushing the football, and that's their bread and butter. There's no doubt about it. And Thompson with 100, Victor Strader with over 60 yards rushing, and of course he had a big long run called back, or he would have been over 100 yards. So again, Penn Hills bread and butter football, and they have to be happy. They turned the ball over once tonight, and that is the only time they turned it over all year. If you can go every 3 games with 1 turnover, you're doing something right.
Absolutely. Don't forget last year's opener, they turned the ball over 7 times to Butler.
Correct.
So the Indians will remain at least ranked 2nd in the WPIAL. Impressive victory tonight over the 5th-ranked Seneca Valley Raiders. They move into Quad East play, conference play next week at Plum to take on the Mustangs, who are perhaps going 3-0. They're playing Indiana tonight, so we'll assume they're going 3-0 as Damon Gibson is being interviewed by WTAE TV, Channel 4.
Territorial rivalry?
Very much so. Very much so. So until next Friday night, the Penn Hills Indians right now 3-0. Next week they begin 0-0. So they bust through a nice Quad North non-conference schedule. But next week, it's Penn Hills and Plum. For my broadcast partner Bob Orquist, producer Kevin Burke, I'm Bill Navari. We'll see you again next Friday night as the Penn Hills Indians take on the Plum Mustang. Once again, our final score tonight, Penn Hills 14, Seneca Valley nothing. You've been watching Penn Hills Indians Football 95.
Tonight in Harmony, Pennsylvania, the Penn Hills Indians defeat the Seneca Valley Raiders by a score of 14-0. And Bob Orquist, for the first time in 13 years, the Penn Hills Indians open a non-conference schedule undefeated.
I'm sure they have to be happy about that, and they have to be happy about a lot of other things. Extremely happy about the running game. Again, over 200 yards tonight. We get Dwayne Thompson unofficially at the century mark. Defensively, they've only allowed 7 points in their first 3 games. They've only had 1 turnover in the first 3 games. But I'm sure the injury factor maybe make them most happy. A couple of scrapes and bumps and bruises, but no major injuries for the first 3 games.
Certainly after the game, we'll talk with Neil Gordon to see how Ronnie Graham is. He seemed to have pulled maybe a slight pull of the groin, but he came right back into the game. And perhaps the biggest play of the game, of course, Lenny Gilmer in the second quarter on the quarterback keeper running 12 yards for a touchdown to give the Indians a 7-0 halftime lead. But late in the fourth quarter, Ronnie Graham on a solo effort blocks a punt, picks it up, runs it 20 yards for a touchdown. This after he
seemed like he got knocked out of the game with the pulled groin.
It did on a pass play early in the third quarter. He tried to go deep, and they worked on his groin a little bit. But he lined up for that punt block between the center and the guard, knifed through them, blocked it, had presence of mind to pick it up, and he carried Tony Babushi, the punter, for the last 5 yards of those, and a big touchdown sucked the wind out of Seneca Valley sails and gave Penn Hills that much-needed breathing room.
I think the story for tonight for the Penn Hills Indians was poise and character. Offensively, they came out. They looked very sluggish, very listless, but they managed to just keep plugging the ball, keep running the ball. They finally got into the game, but the defense was able to maintain the shutouts, keeping Seneca Valley off the scoreboard, that enabling the offense to get into the action.
You got to like this defense. We said it during the broadcast. They bend, but they don't break. Seems like when it gets tough and the team gets down towards that red zone, that's when the Big Red defense really gets tough, and it shows in only allowing the one touchdown in the first 3 games. And tonight they had a missed field goal. That was the closest Seneca Valley came to score.
A lot of critics may point to show Neil Gordon to say to this team, look at the yardage you gave up, look at the yardage. But this team and the coaching staff will just say simply, look at the scoreboard, 3 games, 7 points.
And look at the scoreboard, 3 games, 3 W's.
Next week, we travel not as far as we did tonight. We just go right over the hill into Plum as the Penn Hills Indians open the conference schedule in the Quad East with the Plum Mustangs.
And territorial rivalry, as we said, and we have to find out what Plum did tonight. But should they win, they will also be 4-0. They got a good quarterback in Scotty Umberger, so it'll be an interesting matchup, and always tough. Every Quad East game, week in, week out, seems to be a war.
And of course, with 2 teams being 3-0 going into next week's opener, and Plum, always a team that gives Penn Hills fits, and again, it's at Plum.
It'll be interesting to see, and you get 2 openers, and if you count the playoffs, if you get there, you really get 3. You get a playoff opener, but Penn Hills victorious in their non-conference opener. Looking forward to next week, Quad East opener.
Of course, it's important to remember, even though the Penn Hills Indians are 3-0, next week they start 0-0.
That is correct.
So join us next week as the Penn Hills Indians will open the Quad East schedule against the Plum Mustangs. For my broadcast partner, Bob Orquist, our producer tonight, Kevin Burke, and on-field cameraman, little brother Steve Navari. I'm Bill Navari. Join us again next week as Penn Hills takes on Plum. The final score again tonight, the Penn Hills Indians 14, the Seneca Valley Raiders nothing. You've been watching Penn Hills Indians Football 95.